Yeah.
Okay, so where we left off, you guys were in the labyrinth. You'd done some fighting in the hunting grounds. You'd come across a plinth or an obelisk and used it to go around to a few locations. Arthur was able to access it and said that you could go to the library, a soul forge, to the trial or the challenge. Can't remember what I called it. Or you could go to the Spirit Vault.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Tabret Library, Soul Forge, Spirit Vault, Hunting Grounds, the prize. So those are the locations that you could access. You guys traveled to. What did you travel to? You went to the Spirit Vault, where you ran into emo guy. Zul.
Not Afanen, different one.
Zul was oh yeah, sure. Sorry, Zul, the sad guy. Not emo, just sad. Who was drinking his woes away about his spirit companion that he had gathered, and you guys turned up, asked about it. He said that you could like get a spirit companion here, and that's what he'd been doing, and he'd got one, but he didn't really like what it was. And
He insulted Arthur.
he was getting drunk about it. Arthur like introduced himself and was like, "I could eat that." And he was like, "Oh, okay, I guess things could be worse. Things could be worse, like way worse. You know what? I'm actually very happy with my spirit companion. It's great. Great spirit companion. Yes, we're doing fantastic." At which stage, Rukka decided that he would attempt to bind a spirit companion. So he climbed up on the into the center of the spirit vortex and was able to find a spirit companion that perfectly sort of meshed with his soul, and he came out with a fire fox smoke spirit or shadow spirit, and that only took 3 hours about. And Afanen was like, "Yeah, I'm going to get in on this action." So they climbed up there, and they're still up there in like a swirling mist of stuff, and it seems like spirits are talking to them. And the group has decided, you know what, we're not going to wait around because you've asked Zul again. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, they could be up there for like weeks."
Fair.
Yeah. So
It's going
technically,
to be
you
worth
don't know.
it, though.
Technically, you don't know how long Afanen is going to be up there, but since I did already say it will be 4 days, so
It's going to be so worth it, though.
We also found out there's only a limited amount of time in here
yes, there is a
before
limited
we're
amount of time here.
forcibly ejected, which is unpleasant.
You did go to the Spirit Tablet Library as well once you found out that Afanen wasn't like stepping down, and there Arthur quickly like found what all the commands were and was able to summon books for you, or spirit tablets, and started like consuming some himself. And he also sort of said that like he could get you sort of a overhaul on any sort of knowledge you would like to gain. So and he believed that if you spent like a week in the library with his like selection of tablets, then you could learn a new skill. Or if you spent 2 weeks, you could become expert in a skill you already knew. Or if you spent 3 weeks there, oh wait, I think it was 4 weeks actually. Does anybody have how many weeks I said?
4 weeks.
Yeah, 4 weeks. Then you could become a jack of all trades.
Fair. So I guess Arthur would like everyone to learn how to do music. since he,
Oh no, no.
since
He'll
he took
he'll
an
collect
interest.
whatever books you want.
I'm saying that because
He's-
remember he took an interest in music because of the music
Absolutely.
box, and he probably
Yes.
wants us to make a quartet.
Oh, join it a little band. Yeah, I mean he's as soon as you put that idea forward, he is like, yes,
A little bit of bluegrass.
guys.
Rukka doesn't need to practice. He was already good
Think
at it
about it.
naturally.
I can see
Think about
Kridi. I can see Kridi on the banjo. I've
Oh
got
dear.
Afanen probably on the steel drum.
I'll be able to make so much music once I come down off this thing. It will be buzzing.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Arthur is really down for you guys becoming a 5-man band. Just saying. He doesn't count Firefox, but he does count himself.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
What about Enid?
Is that going to be the name? Firefox?
Firefox. Firefox's name is. Yep. Go, sorry.
I forget how to pronounce it now. It's Turikasuk. Turikasuk.
I thought it was a rip-off of Tracksuit.
So did Aaron. And I'm kind of sad that it wasn't now.
I posted the tracksuit. Anyway.
We could
Yeah,
have
so
called him
that's-
Tracky Tacks.
But that's where we were up to.
Cool.
Sort of thing.
So I guess we probably need to wait for Afanen to come down.
Well, that was what we were going to discuss. It's like, do we want to like start and because we don't know how long
You mean start-
Avan's going to be stuck up there.
Start studying.
Oh well, yeah, start doing what because we have to, like, it seems like we've got some time to spend. We got limited time to spend here, and we should probably try and like learn and do new things.
Sure.
We have what? We have a month to spend here.
Yeah,
30 days.
a little less than a month currently because we've already been here like
Do we have
1 or
days.
2 days.
Do we have
2 days.
Do we have the capacity to stay here for that long? Do we have resources?
That's a good question. How's my?
I have 5 rations on my character sheet and the centipede fat block.
Very important.
I have 10
You can't eat
rations.
that though. You can't get rid of that.
We have good berry.
Yes, we do have good berry, but that doesn't. I've got 6 rations on me.
You could use good berry to like sort of double your rations.
We could also eat the books. Find
Yes.
books. Find
Arthur
books.
can eat the books.
Find books on
He's
food.
already on it.
I mean, books.
I mean, actually, no. It's absolutely fine, unless like I can just learn create food and water
Awesome.
if it comes to that.
I think it will come to that, and I think you should be learning that now. So if anything happens to you at a later date, we have our rations rather than the other way around.
Yep.
How long
Was-
is food and water create food and water forever? It's just 15 rations. Is that correct?
It is. It lasts. So you create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water on the ground or in containers within range. Not to sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds to 24 hours. The
Oh,
food is
24
bland but
hours.
nourishing and spoils if not uneaten after 24 hours.
Sure.
So essentially,
That
it
is
is
way
a,
more food than you could possibly eat in
Oh,
24 hours.
absolutely. It is
Okay.
well more, but it is
Okay.
something at least.
It's enough food for 15 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it? He reckoned 10 days to complete the trial.
The trial, you needed a minimum. Well, for the prize, he said you need to sit inside like a circle and meditate for a week. Could take less time. Just it depends on the person.
We'd also be
Has-
actively competing against everything else.
Yep. So you have to have basic. That's like the reason he didn't go there. He doesn't have any friends. So like, yeah. Unless you killed everybody who was in here.
Seems unlikely. Look,
Yeah.
So we probably do need to have this discussion probably when Afanen is with us too, whether we even want to bother going there at any point.
So we may as well start studying.
Yes, that was what Kridi's suggestion would be. Now that we can actually talk to. Now that we can actually talk to Åvna again, yes, I think we should while we wait for Afanen, because we don't know how long they're going to be. We should start studying and seeing what we can do, what we can learn, and hopefully Afanen doesn't spend like 2 more weeks stuck up there.
Cool. All right. Let's start studying then.
Okay, so everybody just needs to tell me what they're planning to study. I'll start tracking it.
Yes. So, is this? Did we write this down anywhere? Because that seems like a good. It seems like a good thing to write down. Let me just do that now in party notes.
Sure.
So
How to win friends and influence people, i.e. how to improve your charisma. I actually think it's pretty funny that I've got a charisma of -3. So I'm not going to move that.
labyrinth teachings. Okay. So what are our options again? Sorry, you have to go through them
So
again.
1 week for a skill.
1
Okay.
week.
2 weeks for expertise in a skill you already know. And 4 weeks for jack of all trades.
Is it possible to learn feats through study?
Week.
Let's see if Arthur can work out what you would need to learn a feat.
Not that I'm actually interested in any feats. I haven't even thought about it. I'm just contemplating.
No. Arthur will try to work out if he can teach a feat. What type of feat are you looking for?
I'm not looking for any. That's what I was just saying. I was just
He
contemplating.
believes
what's
that he
possible.
could work it out, but it would take him like time. So he'd have to like look through the library archives. He'd then have to compile the right sort of books. It would take him time. It's not as easy as just being like, oh, there's this skill. So if you were like, I want this feat, then he'd be like, I will try to get the books or the spirit tablets that you would need for that, and then there'd be a skill check.
I am contemplating
and you'd have to study it.
Getting the feat alert, mainly so that it can boost my perception, so that I can see Afanen.
Alert. Yeah, absolutely.
What's your stealth, Afanen? Plus what?
Sorry, I've got a cat trying to get on my sewing. Where is my stealth? I've got a 9 stealth.
Oh, so my perception's +10. So if I got alert, I might be even better at spotting you.
What?
Oh, hang on, that's not alert. What am I thinking of? Observant, is it?
Observant. Yep.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
I'm not. It's just so that I know where you are. So that
you don't need to know where I am.
I do, so that you leave me alone.
No, I don't need you anymore. I've got a best friend, and her name is Enid.
Fair.
And she is a swarm of bees.
Don't know that.
Yeah. So if you want Arthur to look into that, he can start doing that today.
I mean, other people might want that as well. So.
Yes, Kridi would be very interested in Warcaster. I feel that is going to be very useful for what they are kind of doing at the moment. Because I'm currently juggling a shield, a quarterstaff, and actually casting things. So
that's fine, but he can only look into one of those at a time.
Yep, cool. Well, that is what I would like, but
Yeah, it's going to be up to obviously
Grail.
Åvna
Yes.
to decide what Arthur is going to look for.
Does Rukka want to learn a feat? And if so, what feat? So, I mean, put it out now and we'll determine what's more.
Exactly what seems to be good.
Yep. What's more important?
No. Rukka's keen to take up this band idea and learn performance on the jaw harp.
See,
Nice.
I'm not going to bother learning performance because I'm at -3 because of my charisma. So Even if I got proficient in it, or proficiency, I'd be at a flat 0.
Wait, sorry. So is Rukka trying to learn expertise in performance? Because don't you already have performance?
It does not have performance.
Oh, you don't have performance? Oh,
No.
you're just naturally talented. All right.
Yep.
Very well. Okay, so Rukka's trying to learn performance.
I'm looking at feats that are possibly an option for Åvna. Inspiring a leader is definitely out.
I mean, that was something that I did think about maybe doing it, but that's not really Rukka's style.
Look, I'm happy for Arthur to help Kridi get Warcaster.
Does Jack of all trades affect initiative?
No.
No?
It's skills. It's all skills. Wait, actually.
According
Let me just read
to
Jack of all trades.
yeah, I think technically it does, but I think it's a bit of a
I know it's a bit of a thing because it does say it applies to any ability check. Is initiative an ability check?
I think it is
Oh.
technically, but it's one of those weird things.
Yeah, no, like I don't think anyone else is getting Jack of all trades at this point, but just because I was thinking about it.
Doesn't already include your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, and we don't add up proficiency to initiative, funnily enough.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's fine. Like, yeah, it's probably irrelevant until like, one of us actually bothers, but
I mean, yes, it would, I
Cool.
guess.
Yes,
Good,
so
that's what it does.
according to Jeremy Crawford on Sage Advice, yes.
Yes.
But,
all praise be.
but
Yeah,
you know what I say to that? It starts with a middle finger and ends with the other middle finger.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's up to Aaron. So what
It's fine. You want to spend 28 days freaking getting Jack of all trades? That's up to you. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. That
Yeah, like that's you're spending that much time, why not?
yeah, exactly.
Cool.
That's fine.
Okay, if you're okay to try and find Warcast, that'd be great because that would be very good for Kridi.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
cool.
Excellent.
Sure, but what are people doing today? That's what Arthur's doing. Arthur's going to research Warcaster, and in the background, he's going to look for Observant, just in case he comes across stuff.
Yep. So let's go through the rest of them. So we've got 1 week for to learn a new skill, 2 weeks to get expertise in a known skill, 4
Mhm.
week is gain Jack of all trades. There were some spells I think that you also suggested.
Oh, yes. You could spend a week to trade one of your spells. So you learn a spell that's outside of your schools,
hmm
just added to your spell list. So you could be like, I'm going to spend a week to learn haste if you didn't have haste available to you already.
Oh, that changes things. Let's look up spell lists.
Yeah. So this is only of level you can already
yeah.
know.
You can only cast. You can't be like, I get
Yeah.
wish.
Yeah, I get it. But I mean, the Druid spell lists, whilst
There's
okay,
also
could have other things.
there's also the Soul Forge too, isn't there?
There is a Soul Forge that you
So
haven't
we
been to
could-
yet.
Potentially enchant
Mhm.
blank weapons.
You did say trade at the very start of that sentence. Is it a trade or is it just a
No. Well,
addition?
it's an addition.
Yep.
Well, if you... It gets added to your spell list. You don't have to
Yep.
lose a spell. But my
Yep.
point is, like, you know how you have a certain number of known spells per day?
Yeah,
For
exactly.
example,
It
clerics
doesn't
have their level
give
plus.
me an extra one of those. It just means that I have another
Exactly.
option. Yeah.
Yes, you have another option of what you can choose to memorize, but you're not like memorizing more
Yeah.
spells.
Yeah,
during
no,
the
I
day or
get it.
whatever you're selecting. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. It doesn't give you a spell slot, and it doesn't give you an extra.
Yes. Getting more spell slots would be very powerful.
Yes.
I'm actually looking at cantrips. Trying to use my
Okay.
cantrips.
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh. Spirit Forge. I think that was like depending on the level of the binding, we could do something with it. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. You haven't actually been to the Spirit Forge yet.
No. Cool.
But,
So I'll
yes.
leave it there for now. Then we'll sort of worry about it probably when Afanen wakes up.
Yeah. You'll probably need to take Arthur with you, so he's chilling in the library at the moment.
Yep.
With Åvna. But I
Yep.
mean, he has to follow Åvna wherever she goes anyway. But yeah, so what's Åvna going to do in the library
That's
for this day?
So I was just quickly looking at spells to see if there's anything which jumped out at me.
I mean, I can just write down spell if you want. Is fine.
I'm just thinking, like, yeah, my skills are moderately okay. The ones I'm good at, I'm very good at. Because I've got a lot of wisdom skills. Just thinking. Maybe I might take athletics.
Oh, athletics. All
Yeah,
right.
because I tend to suck at that. I often fail those checks.
They
So
do come up.
They do come up, and I should be okay at them because I have a strength of 16.
Mhm.
So yes, athletics.
Wait,
All right.
maybe I should do acrobatics. Hmm. No, the jaw harp's more amusing.
Yes, you're learning performance. All right. So let's see how we go for the first day. We are looking for Warcaster. What's your? Oh, wow. Okay, so in the back of your mind, you can just feel Arthur going through vast amounts of information, looking for stuff. That'll be a success. All right, he can put together that. And let's see how he does for observant. He fails. Yep, no surprise. All right. Yep, he is able to compile what you would need to learn Warcaster.
Excellent.
But yeah, you would need to study that for. Let's see how good the information he got is. Could be pretty fast. Oh, that's actually not bad. Okay, he reckons that if you study this for a week, you should be able to learn Warcaster.
Oh, I will absolutely do that. That sounds like a great start to my
All right, that's fine.
thing.
I'm just
How
going to
does-
note down that Rukka has 1 in that. Åvna has 1 in athletics. Kridi has 1 in a spell. That's day 1. Day 2. This is actually day 4, as a side note.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay, so are people
More-
returning to the library on day 4? Sorry.
Yep, more jaw harping.
Yep.
Yes, well, I guess we might as well do it in. I don't see any reason to try and split everything up, at least until Afanen's back.
But you're swapping to Warcaster, yes?
Yes. As opposed to what?
As opposed to the spell.
Oh. Was I trying to learn a spell?
I thought that's what you were doing day 1. This took him a day to find Warcaster.
Yeah, okay, right. So I had a day before I had that I could do something else.
Yeah. So,
Right, got
yeah.
it. Okay, cool. Sorry.
So
Yeah,
first
I
day,
thought
you're like doing stuff.
I was
Arthur's doing stuff.
I thought I was actively involved in finding Warcaster.
No.
No, it was just
Definitely
Arthur
not.
doing it and we doing. Yeah, okay, cool. In that
Yeah,
case,
yeah.
I would absolutely be starting to learn another spell.
Yes. Okay. Warcaster. Okay, so you swapped to Warcaster. Åvna, do you want him to continue looking for Observant? Day 2?
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, sure. Let's see how he goes. He's got 2 days of looking for it. Oh, 19. He finds it. Alright. How good does he find it? 2. He does not find it well. Okay, so Observant's like really complicated. He finds like some tablets about like mana control, and your ability to like sense other people's mana and improving upon that, which is how you will master Observant. And he thinks that it'll take you 2 weeks to learn Observant.
Cool. Well, I'll just keep going for the moment with athletics.
Okay, well that was day 4. Okay, so that brings us into day 5.
That was before.
Mhm.
I think are we just gonna stick with what we're doing until Afanen wakes up?
I think so.
All right, so day 6, Rukka gets his 4th point in performance. Åvna gets her 4th in athletics, and Kridi gets her 3rd in Warcaster, 1 in spell. All right, at that stage, Afanen steps out of the spirit vault.
We're probably not there at the time.
And you know, Zul's like, actually, let's randomly find out how Zul is. Zul is fine. He's just like chilling to the side of the room. He's still got a big keg somehow. You think it's like a new keg. It's a different one. He didn't have this keg before, but he's got some big keg with obviously strong smelling alcohol that he's just sitting about.
So where's Vin's Clotho?
Everywhere. All right. So yeah, you guys will meet up sort of at the end of the day. And
So what does your spirit look like?
A crown of bees on my head.
spirit bees.
Are they like still? Are they buzzing around? Are they like what's the
There's like a faint buzz.
So just like the wings are moving and stuff.
Yeah. They're just chilling.
Cool. Yes, they are literally just chilling.
wild?
Don't mind the bees, they're fine.
Yep.
They're my friends.
They're obviously made out of spirit, so they're obviously spirits. Some of them are shadowy, some of them are sort of frozen, cold, and there's a lot of wind action going on.
My hair is like faintly wafting in the breeze of them.
Yes.
It's very cinematic.
All right. That will bring you to day 7.
Alrighty, so let's have a discussion about where we're going from here. So we do have the Spirit Forge that we probably should check out at some point. What do you like? How are you feeling, Afanen? Like, what do you want to improve on?
Improve on? What do you mean? I've got bees.
Oh, right,
Is
you're
that
done.
not improvement enough?
You're not doing. You're not going to do anything else.
So
Well, I do have a lot of I have like a lot of bindings.
Yeah, I've got a couple too.
Åvna's just jealous of my bees. Don't mind Åvna. But how long have you got left? You have to spend more days in the library, right?
We have a few more to finish what we're currently working on. Yeah.
Because like I could just, me and Enid could just go to the forge on our own. Oh yeah, bee hug is good.
But you'd probably need the Arthur to actually help you figure out how to use it.
No, I know how to use a forge. Surely I know how to use a forge. Isn't that my whole thing?
you can use a soul forge.
Yeah.
Now, will you be able to use it as well without Arthur instructions? Probably not.
What Enid could help me.
Yeah. Not like Arthur can. Arthur's a construct, not a spirit exactly. He's like an artificial spirit.
Yeah, but Arthur is connected to Åvna, and Åvna doesn't like me, so I don't know if Åvna would even like let Arthur meet that.
you're pretty certain on what Åvna likes and dislikes, aren't you?
You like my bees?
I guess so.
See?
I'm not averse to them.
You don't like my bees.
You know, sure. Too much black nail polish.
Enid will absolutely throw down if you insult me. Yeah, I mean, I can just come to the library with you guys, I guess. But I don't want to like start something that's gonna take too long because
We got heaps of time. Like we'll explain. We were given like 30 days, a month in here. So
how
Yeah,
long?
but we've got to spend like at least sort of a week meditating. So we've got to spend 3 days getting through the trial so we can meditate and
If
win
we-
the coral spear.
If we want to do the trial,
It's a spear made out of coral. How cool would that be to have?
A spiral.
I should also say that on day 6, so the last day when you didn't have, oh no, it wasn't day 6, day 5. The first day when you didn't have Arthur doing anything, he
yes.
gorged himself on like spirit tablets and got so sick he kind of exploded.
No.
He had to be reconstituted. To which his response the next day was to do exactly the same thing. So
you might have a talk to Arthur Åvna.
he's got issues.
That's how you learn.
You just eat until you explode, and then you absorb all the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Or eventually you realize that by eating till you explode, it's a bad thing. There you go. You can be told something, but unless you experience it, you generally don't absorb it. So, that's why you let kids run into doors and stuff. 'Cause that's how they learn.
Exactly.
But not
Does
into
Arthur-
traffic.
Does Arthur
No.
like my bees?
I guess so. He probably, I don't know, what does Arthur say?
He wants to eat them.
There you go.
Don't eat my bees, Arthur.
He says, just think of how much power I could gain. Like I can buzz and stuff as well.
Just think of how much dead you would be if you touched my bees.
He tries to form like little bees with his like tentacles at little wings. It doesn't work. He's got like floppy little tentacles. See, like a bee. He starts composing a piece of music. The worst piece of music ever. He's gonna call it something the bees. Yeah.
So I guess what Kridi wants to bring up is that should we even bother to go for like the big reward trial thing? Because it sounds very dangerous, and if everybody else is trying for it, I don't know how we'd go against these people that are clearly much more prepared and maybe probably more experienced than us in this.
You're gonna like look over at the guy who's just drinking. He's been drinking for like 4 days.
Yeah.
Is this the competition you're kind of talking about, or?
No, I'm talking about every other group, and I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss them. Appearances can be deceiving.
Can you
Full
imagine
like-
the look on the face of those really grumpy people that jumped in the fountain before, like first? The ones who, like, technically are traditional owners of the coral spear. If
The
we got it,
shoreborn.
Yeah, you like my beater?
Yes, it's great. Very adorable. Yeah, Kridi as always is expressing caution just because like she's not sure whether we'll go too well, and it doesn't seem like they're going to like pull their punches as it were if they encounter us.
no, but we could win it and then have it and then give it to them, and then they'd owe us something.
How confident are you at winning it?
100%. I don't see how we couldn't. We're fantastic.
That's with the caveat that Rukka's an idiot. A lovable idiot, but thinks we can win everything. I don't know.
Have I
Has
been
it
wrong
long?
yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. We've had our butts spanked a few times. Haven't
We've
died.
always come out on top.
Maybe.
What's the worst that happened?
Got our butts spanked.
Or die.
But no, I guess if the metric for determining success or failure is whether we've lived or died, we have been successful.
And we've learnt a lot, like the power of friendship.
Ah, the
I don't know
real,
if we've just learnt that yet.
the real treasure,
Mm-hmm.
the real shiny.
Don't bring up
Plus,
memories of Team
We
Steel.
now have
Team Steel.
bees and doggo.
And Beether.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Stop
What
trying
it-
to make
like-
Beether happen.
What exactly do you like? What benefits do you gain from these guys again?
From
You-
from what?
From
You
the
should check-
spirits.
Oh,
Check this out. Rukka's going to send tracksuit 25 feet away and then Misty Step to his location.
Mhm.
Hey? How cool is that? I was there and now I'm here.
Oh, so you can misty step to wherever they are. That's pretty cool.
And Arthur / Beether is basically Google.
Yes.
And like tracksuit will, make me feel a bit more powerful with flames and stuff.
I have to start calling you Ali G. 'Cause
I'm
we're
just
all-
leaning into the tracksuit now because it's
That's what I mean. We have to call you Ali G.
in my brain.
Where it is
Balls.
I.
Regardless of whether we're gonna go do the trials, we need to go back to the library today, right?
Well, no, not at all. We can leave it on hold and come back to it.
But is there any benefit to doing that?
I mean, the benefit is we explore our options.
We're only a
Well,
couple days.
maybe you guys can come. Maybe at least Åvna and Arthur can come with me to the Soulforge, and Arthur can show me how to use it.
Yeah, I guess I can interrupt learning athletics.
You don't have to.
No, it's cool.
I can go on my own with my bees.
Well, you and your bees seem to be fairly antagonistic towards me and Beether.
Beether wanted to eat my bees.
he still does. He says, "I still do.
In his
I
defense,
still do."
he wants to eat everything.
Doesn't want to eat you.
True.
No, he doesn't want to eat me. But he wants to eat everything that's spirit based. Or
He eats-
construct.
Or constructed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that's built or made out of spirit.
Yeah.
Delicious.
You should know that these bees are friends, though, not food.
So he won't eat them. He
Yeah.
might want to, but he won't. It's like your cat. Your cat actually wants to probably eat your face, but won't.
No, as long as you keep feeding it.
Exactly.
Look, Kridi would
does
be interested
sometimes.
Kridi would also be interested in coming along to the Spirit Forge.
Okay.
Although I guess that would be fine with just being told how it works. I guess if we want to try and use our time really effectively.
That's fine. You guys keep studying, and Beether and I will accompany Afanen and her swarm. And
You can call the swarm Enid, by the way.
Enid. I couldn't remember what his name was, sorry.
That's alright. I didn't really formally introduce you.
Yeah, and that happened at the very end of last session, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool. Sure, Enid. And we'll let Arthur
Gonna have to add
show
notes.
Afanen how to use the Spirit Forge, maybe for the cost of one bee.
No!
Just one? Maybe a lick. Some honey, perhaps. No, I'm sure he'll be only too happy to help. He likes you.
Well, Arthur says if we're going to the Spirit Forge, we should probably take anything that we want to forge there.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
if you want to make stuff out of the Beskar that you've picked up so far, or cold iron, cool what it is, true steel, or if you want to upgrade Rukka's sword, then you need to take it and the blanks. And also you need to take the right bindings that you want to use.
Yes, I have a level 6 and a level 4 earth binding, so I'll pass them over if you guys are going.
Just put them on my sheet. Level 6 and level 4 earth.
Yep, I have 2 level 4 earths and 1 level 6.
And Rukka will hand over his spear and rapier.
I have 2 spirit steel ingots. Does anybody
Yep.
else have those?
Nope. The things that interest I have are some crushed mana crystals, some a spirit tablet, and an arcane schema, which I wasn't able to figure out what it was.
Can anyone else figure it out, or is it using Arcana?
It's using Arcana.
Cool. Maybe you should have taken expertise in Arcana.
Yeah, well, I can still do that.
Rukka will also hand over the casting plates.
Nice.
Sure. Then Afanen and I will probably head to the Spirit Forge, and Arthur can help her understand its operation.
Wait, but what do you guys want me to do with your sword and binding? And
Let's
Make
think.
it cool.
What can you do?
make it cool. Like the bindings, like imbue them with sort of special abilities related to what the bindings are, right? So
Mhm.
I've got now a level 6 poison, a level
Yep.
6 earth. I've got lots of airs.
What if, instead of imbuing the weapon, you imbue armor to make someone resistant to poison?
Yeah, that was what I was maybe thinking. I was putting it passing over my chain shirt.
Mm-hmm. Hold
If
on.
you want to
I'm
see
Airs
what you
might
can do with that.
gonna have to
Airs
write.
might mean I might be able to fly on the sword.
Hold on. Kridi chain shirt. Ah, get off, Max. No, stop it.
Getting jealous, clearly.
He hates it when I'm on Zooms and Discord and things. Not enough attention. Resistance to poison. Get off. And then, what's your name? What's your name? Rukka. You want your sword with wind, right?
So I can maybe fly on it better.
Okay. I don't think I have any wind though. Oh, I
Didn't
have
you say
one.
you-
Oh no, yeah, I have level 4 air.
But then there's also like, the spear could have something like it could have earth to help it do stuff. I don't know. Cool stuff.
See how
You know
you
what
see.
I like.
You've probably got heaps of stuff for now. See how you go. See what you can do, and then we can figure out if we want more stuff afterwards.
Okay.
All right. I will travel the 2 people who I'm just gonna move everybody to the Spirit Forge.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 people are staying in the library. Before I do this, I'm gonna put you guys out here. Assume everybody can actually see the table anyway.
Yep.
Right. Fun. Kridi. Oh, not Kridi. Åvna. There we go. So you guys appear here.
Cool.
Next to the obelisk. What? Okay, but before we do that, we have 2 people who are learning stuff. Rukka, can you please make me a DC 15 intelligence check?
Sure.
Oh, this is gonna go well.
What did you get? 4.
Oof.
Okay. You have not finished learning performance.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, you guys have come to the Spirit Forge. Arthur is having a quick look around. You can see that there's a forge over here. It's like a grinding wheel. You've got an anvil, another grinding wheel, a tool bench, a different type of bench, and you've got a secondary forge that just seems to be for heating ingots. And there's like a bunch of ingots next to it, but they're just sort of regular metal, not anything special.
Yep.
And you've got a couple of quenches.
Mhm.
Oh, and a bellows. And a bunch of coal. Yeah. Arthur says, it sort of works the normal way. Looking at everything here, this is he sort of is remembering his time in the Spirit Forge when he was created, and he has some ideas of how you can do stuff. Now that you have 6th level bindings, with a 6th level binding, instead of putting a spell effect on something, you can use a 6th level binding in another respect, which is that you can change it into a +1 bonus. Okay, you can permanently imbue an item with an effect with a 6th level item, with a 6th level binding.
Not bad.
Very nice.
He's also able to tell you that if you had a if you had an 11th level binding, you'd be able to give it a +2 bonus, and a 17th would give it a +3. So, no, not that you have any chance of coming across those, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
This forge is good enough that you could do that sort of thing here.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay, so I guess I'll start with Kridi's chain shirt.
Okay.
Wanting to use this. Can I give it resistance to poison using a level 3 poison?
Uh,
I'm just thinking if the level.
it wouldn't be permanently resistant to poison, but you could
Okay.
put. What level's the spell resist poison?
Is it 3rd?
Then
Wait,
no,
double check.
you couldn't do that with a level 3.
Okay. And with a level 6, can I give it +1 resist poison, I guess?
Protection from poison is 2nd level.
Oh, then you could. Okay, so you could put protection from poison on it, but they would have to spend a spell slot to activate the armor
Yeah, that's not what we
to
want.
resist it. So you could do that. With the bigger poison binding, you could use that poison binding to give it resist poison. It would get resist poison 3 times per day.
Okay.
With
Let's
the
do
6th
that.
level binding. Or you could give it just +1. So it would be +1 chain shot.
No,
Or
let's
chain.
give the
Whatever.
resist poison.
Alright. So you're going to attempt to upgrade it?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, so you're pretty good at this sort of thing. You have a good forge. Alright, sure. This is a skill challenge. Using
I've
a
also
6th
got.
level
What
item.
did I? Oh no, we already put that in, didn't we? The new tools that I got.
Yes, you have the new tools.
Uh,
Alright. You can make your skill check. It's going to be a 5-3. Let's
I
go.
can use my jeweler's tools, right?
Yes, absolutely. This is more just, it's going to take you a while. 19.
Yeah.
That's a success. You can attempt again. Just do it for me 5 times. Just go blink, 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 blink. Yep, that's fine. Okay, keep going. That's a fail. It's 2. Yep. Oh, you'll need to do it another 2 times.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so you come through really well at the end, sort of finishing off the work, but that takes you all day to craft that item. Like, you're working on that suit of armor for a bit over 7 hours. So, yeah.
I'm sleepy.
Yes. Åvna, what are you doing during this time? What do you want to do?
There's not much I can do, I guess.
Uvna's slowly feeding Arthur the bees.
No,
I mean, you could probably just go back and spend your day
I could, but I also don't think it's wise
to leave Afanen alone,
to leave Afanen alone.
unsupervised.
Well, it's not just that. You see, we are still in a strange place. Don't know if
Yeah.
anything bad could happen. So,
Mhm.
yeah. And you say that Afanen, Åvna would feed after the bees, but regardless of what you think, Åvna respects Afanen, so wouldn't do that.
I thought you were going to say Uvna respects the bees.
That too.
Respect has to be earned. Has only just met the bees. Why is there an ingot all the way over here?
Oh,
It floated off.
It does this weird thing that when you're like saving the map, whatever you've got on your mouse, it just adds it to the map,
Mhm.
wherever that is. I noticed that the other day. There was like some random corpse like in the middle of no man's land, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" So I went to the original file. It's not there. It's just that when you export it, it takes like a snapshot rather than a copy of the map.
Yep.
Whatever. It's a weird thing about the map tool that I use.
So Åvna will just sit off in the corner and watch Afanen work, and otherwise just probably
You
meditate.
can't use anything else while you're here.
There's not much else to use, I guess.
Like, wasn't there another forge?
Yeah. You could try forging something. Do you have a craft skill?
Yeah, I've got woodworking skills.
Sure. You could make something out of wood.
Oh no, what if
Use-
Uvna makes something better than me?
Oh,
Then
There
my
are
one good thing
There are
will
blocks
be...
of wood around here
the
that you can use.
competition.
There's some wood over here. There's some wood underneath this thing.
Could I try and make a spear?
Yeah, absolutely. A wooden spear, yeah. You'd have to get a metal head as well. But yeah, you could absolutely make a spear. You could affix something to it, whatever you wanted, sort of thing. You could actually fix the binding to the top, so that would work perfectly well.
Yeah, sure. Alright, I guess I can try and do that, I guess.
All right, sure. What level binding are you using?
I have none, so I would need
Oh, you can use one of mine if you want.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
That's what I was about to
Afanen
say.
currently has all of them, so that
Yep.
would be
So,
I've got level 6 earth, level 4 air, level 4 earth, level 3 earth, level 3 poison, level 1 shadow.
I guess. I don't know. The spear, though, if I make a spear, it's kind of pretty pointless. Because I don't use it very often.
No, spears are pointed. That's
Not at the moment, because I'd be making it without the point.
Do you use a shield?
I do have a shield, yes.
You could engrave your shield with runes.
Ah,
that sounds like a great use of your time.
it
You
does.
could put a binding shield.
So, if I was to use the level 6 earth rune,
Yes,
what do
you would make Rukka sad, but yes,
Why? Rukka's got,
just because he just wants it on
Rukka,
his sword. That's
Rukka has all the treasure.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying Rukka was all like, "Hey, make my sword fly. Make my spear do a thing." And you're like, "Yeah,
Do you
I
know
just
what?
decided to use this binding."
Do you know what Åvna has gotten so far?
Arthur.
Arthur and
Arthur.
Arthur's like right there being like, it's me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
me. He's got his tentacles up.
It's your boy.
Yeah,
It's your boy.
but Arthur helps the whole team, as we're saying.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about, stuff which I can say is, I've picked up a suit of hide armor. That's it.
Look,
He
I've seen
who
a piece of
dares
that.
wins.
Delicious.
So maybe I should make a shield. And if I
A
was to
shield?
if I was to use the level 6 Earth binding,
You could give it a +1 bonus.
I could, or
Mhm.
what other things could I do with an Earth binding?
You could make it cast shield. Permanently, or not like all the time, but it would cast shield 5 times per day.
Well, I think that's a much better use of than making a +1 shield.
It is certainly very strong.
Yes,
It does become any item that has a 6th level on it is an attuned item. As a side note,
that's fine.
obviously.
Since I
Yeah,
have nothing, then yes,
Yeah,
I think that'd be,
I get that.
especially considering the fact that when Rukka is getting, gangbanged by
Beaten
the
up, you're the one
gang-
who follows him in.
yeah, and I often receive the follow over spray. So
Grail, you missed it last session. I went in with my battle axe.
you've got a battle axe now.
I was in it.
Oh, you
I
have
was right in it.
you cool. You have a battle axe from the blood knives, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would be so. I was like, Åvna's going to be so proud that I didn't stand back.
No, you do what you're really good at, and you are absolutely.
I was
murdered
good.
it. Yeah, that's even better. Okay, yes, but I think having a shield that can, as a reaction, make me even tougher is going to be useful because I cop a lot of shit.
All right, make me 5 craft checks then.
What skill am I? What attribute will I be using?
Because you're synchronizing with Arthur,
Mm-hmm.
you can use wisdom. That's fine.
Nice.
It's just like following the patterns. Success. Yep. Keep going. 5 of these checks. Blink, 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 and then I'll tell you if you need more.
Wisdom again. Wisdom again. Oops.
I'll be right back. Sorry, give me a second.
All right, that's enough. You finish a little bit before Afanen does. Arthur just like watching over your shoulder has helped you out.
Cool.
All right.
Can I?
Which I assume was what the +1 was. Yes, Arthur's bonus. Arthur's bonus now is +2 as a side note.
Oh, awesome.
That was upgraded when you
Let
got
me-
to level 5.
Yep, cool. Let me change that. There, done. So just to make sure that works nicely. Yeah, delicious.
Okay.
And I've wasted a hell of a lot of good rolls.
Yes, you did. But that's fine. You finished a bit earlier, and yes, you now have that shield, so it'll be able to cast shield 5 times per day.
Cool. What am I going to have engraved on the outside of it? I'm going to have it to have the image of one of the frost owls.
Sorry, one of the what?
Frost owls.
Oh, the frost house. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Yeah, it's really nice. Actually, those were all incredible checks except for one. Yeah, so an incredible piece of work.
Cool.
Very stylized.
Cool.
All right. That is the end of day 7. What are people thinking for day 8?
I gotta make a sword, I guess.
All right.
Still need to
Sure.
learn how to play this jaw harp.
You'd have learned how to play an Orinoco.
Do you only have one wind binding? Afanen?
No, I have 3 air bindings.
3 air bindings? Okay. If you use 3 of the molds, okay, you can put all of those onto the sword.
Sure.
Okay. Is that good?
It'll make it much better at flying.
Okay. Let's do that then. I don't have the molds. I didn't put them on my sheet, so I don't know how many we have left.
Or
There's
4 molds.
there's
that will
4
be-
in total.
Okay, so we would have one left.
Yes. Use them together when you're forging so that you can stack. What you're effectively doing is layering bindings. So
Yeah.
Arthur goes like over how you use the molds to like layer bindings together. All right.
So I'm using all 3 of my airs.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, if you want to.
I did.
It's just
I
an
did it
option.
already. They're gone.
Okay.
They're never coming back.
Sure, and then you can. Is Afanen? Is anybody else going with Afanen as a side note?
Is this the next day?
Yeah, this is the next day.
Okay, how did Grail go? Like the numbers look really good there, so I assume well.
Incredibly well.
I've got a really cool shield
Incredibly
now
well.
that is stylized as a Night Frost Owl.
Oh, nice.
I give Kridi your. I give
My
you
chain.
Yeah.
Excellent. So what does it do? What does it do again? Is it the
Uh,
one where I can activate it with the spell slot?
Yes, that's. Oh no, you
No,
use the
it's-
6th level binding.
Yeah.
So because you use the 6th level binding just 3 times per day, you can have it casts resist poison.
So
But it is a bound item, so it uses an attunement.
it's fine. Do we track that on our character sheets at all, or no?
Just put in notes that you've attuned 1 item
Yeah, cool.
out of your 3. It's pretty easy to keep track of.
Yeah, I'm aware.
All right. Yeah. Is anybody going with Afanen to the forge today? Where are people going?
I'm not trying to finish off Warcaster because I think this is my last day for it. Or
Nope.
do I have one more?
Yeah, 3 more.
Okay,
at the
cool.
moment.
How's Rukka
Unless you succeed in some checks.
Oh, okay.
Rukka has 2 more days left of performance. Åvna has 3.
Yep.
You've got 6 more for your spell if you want it.
Yeah, I'm focusing on Warcaster currently.
I
You
will.
could
I will
swap out.
No.
Griff.
I will go and I'll let Arthur help Afanen.
Okay. Sure. You're just gonna hang out and chill.
Yep.
All right.
Can I take some books with me? Maybe cut half a day off.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same, but because you can't take the tablets out of the library. They're
Fair
like
enough.
flying books that fly back to the shelves.
Fair
So
comment. All right, well, I'll just chill out then. It's all right.
Yep.
And that way Arthur can help Afanen.
or flying tablets, I should say.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay. Fine. So I'm going to need you to make 9 checks, Afanen, for the
Is there a
sword.
quicker way to do it, or do I just have to keep doing this?
You could make.
Oh,
So if you instead of clicking on the skill, if you just type out the formula in the chat bar and hit enter, then you can just hit the up arrow enter.
I think that works even if you do the first check. So if you do 1 check and then press
yeah,
up, it should
it
just
does actually.
do the check.
Even
Yeah.
better, yeah. There you go. I didn't
So
realize it'd do that for
after
me.
you do the check once, you just press up and then enter, and it'll just do the check again.
Oh, I still need to click dexterity though.
Oh, fair enough. That's a
Do
bummer.
you know about bounded dexterity?
You query if you put it as a query.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Sorry.
Can Arthur's assistance give her a bonus? Although she doesn't look
Yes, it is. It's giving her +2. I'm just reducing the DC.
Cool.
I figured that was easier.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't look like she needs it though. She's been
It's DC 11
Smacking
because
it.
of the Forge and Arthur, so
Yeah.
this is going pretty well. I'm just saying. Yep.
You've
No
done
fails
the
so
5.
far. 3 more.
Oh, 9. Oh, this is the big one, is it?
Yeah, there's a big one. Because there's all these plates. This is like layering techniques. Because you're doing a bunch of small bindings onto the sword. Alright. Those are all successes, and
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 of them are like super successes. Yeah. Rather successes. Actually, any that's over 5 is better. They're all over 5. Okay, well, that's a really nice sword. Let me go update that sword for Rukka.
Thank you.
Flying
This
sword.
is why you keep me in the party, even though I'm obsessed with my
Flying
bees.
sword. 6. Edit.
Are you going to paint your bees black?
They're already made of shadows, so
Yeah.
they're pretty emo. They let me make other people emo.
Section, one more. It's gonna be. Save changes. Alright, there you go. There's your new flying sword. Oh. That's 20. Wait a second. 30. No. Okay. Done. Very successful. Also looks better now. You've done like some work on the hilt and stuff. It's
I am a
very
jeweler
fancy.
after all.
Exactly.
Making it pretty is my prerogative.
Indeed. Alright, that is how you spend your day. Good. Now, for people who are in the library, Rukka, I need you to make me intelligence DC 10 check.
Come on.
11. Alright,
Hey.
you have finished learning performance.
Whew.
Alright.
That was
Kridi,
critical thing to do.
I need you to make me a DC 15 intelligence check. That's a fail. You have not finished learning.
How dare.
How very dare.
Oh,
Alright.
it was so close. Come on.
It's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yep.
You needed Arthur's benefit.
Indeed.
Okay, so that was day 8. Day 9, what are people doing?
I'm gonna finish off Warcaster. I'm gonna do that until I get it. Essentially.
You guys want more things made?
I'll do something for you. Like,
Yeah, you could learn something. You don't have to like.
yeah,
be a-
you can also like start learning a new skill or a new spell if
yeah,
you want.
You don't have to be forge bitch. I mean, that way, if you want to learn something, Åvna can continue learning as well.
But also, if you do want to upgrade something, like it seems like you're the best one out of all of us to do this. So
Arthur does say the true advantage of the Spirit Forge is that you can use 6th level, 11th level and 17th level bindings to imbue permanent bonuses to stuff.
Yep.
And you don't have any of those anymore. Like you can sort of forge stuff always otherwise. Oh, unless you have like more layering technique stuff to do, but you've only got one more mold. So you can't really do layering.
That's true.
You could just layer 2 things.
I do have
Not the two.
17 bones, though. So,
You could make a whole lot of jewelry, no doubt.
yeah. I guess I'll go to the library then. Something.
All right. What would you like to start learning at the library?
I think it would be cool if I could learn. I feel like I need to get better, like, perception.
Are you skilled in perception?
Yeah.
Okay, you can start learning expertise. It's going to take a long time, but you can always come back to it later
No, that's
if
okay.
you ever return to the labyrinth.
If we ever return. What else do I need? I don't know what else I need. I
mean,
have so many things.
The other thing is that when we're back in the library, Arthur can continue to try and track down more information on Observant.
He's already found the observant stuff.
But he didn't find. You said he didn't find much of it. Or
He just didn't find a good path towards it.
Oh, okay, cool. That's fair.
That just means that there wasn't like the best information that
Sure.
that he could find. Yeah.
Fair enough.
He did find a path to it. It just wasn't great. Yeah.
Well, if everyone else is going to start new library training, then I guess Rukka is going to teach himself how to do cartwheels.
Acrobatics.
I was gonna do acrobatics.
You can do cartwheels together.
You can.
Yeah, let's learn
just
together,
just
Rukka.
because someone is. Yeah, you can both do it together. That probably may even help, honestly.
All right. So that's what Afanen's going to do. Okay. So day 9, Afanen gets a rank. Rukka gets a rank. All right. Åvna, you can make me a DC 15 intelligence check to see if you learn athletics.
Does Arthur's bonus apply?
Is he helping you?
I guess so.
He's not at the forge, so yeah.
Sure. Then yes, it does.
Alright, so add 2 to this.
He's incredibly
Easy.
good at absorbing stuff.
Easy game.
Alright. Then you have done that. Kridi, you can make me a DC 10 intelligence check to see if you have completed learning Warcaster.
Yep. Let me get that up. God fucking damn it.
That hurts. That hurts right there.
Can Arthur help me?
No.
No. Yes,
Arthur
I'm
cannot
aware.
help you.
Oh dear. Well, that's unfortunate. Clearly, Kridi is struggling with this a lot.
Okay. What do people want to do day 10?
Learn Warcaster.
Arthur will help. I'll get Arthur to say, not that way, this way, whilst Åvna just chills out, I guess. Are we staying for much longer after this?
I think we're going to probably stay here for at least like two weeks worth of whatever we want to learn. So if you want to, like, what day are we on currently?
We're on day 10.
Day 10, yeah. Out of 30. So we used up a third of our time. I'm thinking we stay, for at least another week or so if you want to try and learn another spell or learn another skill. Or like try and find learn the observant feat. I feel like you could probably have one more round of something if you wanted to.
Yeah, alright, I'll try and learn Observant then.
Alright. So you're going to start learning observance. Alright. Everybody's staying in the library. So Afanen's got 2 in acrobatics. Rukka's got 2 in acrobatics as well. That's done. Pretty.
Rolls today.
I get Warcaster yet or no?
You get Warcaster.
Hey. Woo. So the longest it could possibly take.
Yes, it did. All right. That was day 10. No one had to make rolls. We'll just
Okey-dokey.
plugging away. What do people want to do day 11?
I guess I'll get
my
back
God.
to. Yes, I think I'll get back to working on the spell that I want to take. Which
Okay, so people are
is-
still going to the library. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. I think we've all got something we want to learn because we've got 2 people learning athletics. I'm learning a spell, and you're learning observant. Yeah, Grail.
Mhm.
Or Åvna, I should say.
That's good.
Yep, cool. Let's chill. Yeah, I think library's the place to be.
And I'm assuming
All
you're
right.
casting Create Food and Water every day.
Yes, I am. I'm doing that so we have abundance of food. I'm sure we can share with what's his name too.
Zool.
He has his own food that actually tastes good.
Rude.
Wow.
It's he yeah. He's fine. He has a soul space, so don't worry, you'll find about that when you like step up a level. So whatever.
That just gave me such like you'll understand when you're older vibes.
Yep.
So
Yep, that's pretty much how he talks to you guys.
yeah. So he's just eating this stuff. It's just him having a little flex.
Absolutely.
You guys are eating macas, and I'm just going down to the 5-star restaurant.
Our feats not in Roll20.
They are.
They are. You
Why
might not
can't-
have access to them for
Yeah,
some
probably
reason.
not.
I don't know why that would be the case.
Yes. Okay. Cool. I found the category feats. There is grappler in there and nothing else.
Because you want me to add Warcaster to your thing.
Yeah,
Perfect, fine.
if you can add Warcaster,
Yes,
that'd be
I can.
great.
Warcaster. Is Warcaster 2 words?
Yes.
It is. I didn't open your character first. That was dumb. Where's Kridi? There we go. Character sheet.
I want to go get some salted cashews, but I want to have.
There
to
you go.
leave
You
the
have
room.
Warcaster now.
Excellent.
Bam.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that was day 10. I have three for
I didn't mean to do that. My bad.
Afanen and Rukka. Kridi has 2 in her spell.
Yep.
2 for Åvna in Observance. Day 11. You guys are continuing there because you said you're doing it for the whole thing. Do you get your things? Alright, so I need a DC 15 intelligence check from Afanen. Afanen learns acrobatics.
So I just put
Nice.
it there, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Let's go.
Rukka, a DC 15 intelligence check. Five. He does not learn acrobatics.
Yep.
Alright, Kridi's gone 1 point towards a spell, and Åvna gets 1 point towards observant. Day 12, you're doing the same thing, I assume.
Mhm.
Can I get investigation?
Yes, you can start learning investigation. Okay, that's 1 rank of that. Okay, so on day 12, yeah. Rukka needs to make an intelligence check. DC 10. Nope.
Nope.
Alright. Kridi can make me an intelligence check. DC 15.
Nope.
Nope. And Åvna can make me an intelligence check. DC 15.
DC 13 with
Yes,
Arthur?
with Arthur. Correct.
I failed.
Okay. This makes it day 13. What's that? Rukka gets his skill. Rukka, you have learned acrobatics. Kridi, DC 10 intelligence check to learn your spell. No.
Lovely.
All right. Wait, and then yeah, Åvna, you can make me a DC 10 for yours. Yes, you have learnt observance.
Cool. So
I guess I need to put that in as well.
yes, please.
Observant. Oh, and I didn't open you either. God.
Kinky.
There we go.
So that takes my passive perception to 25.
Nice.
Don't look at me.
The all-seeing eye.
Send my bees at you.
You know,
I see
observant.
someone wants to be Sauron.
I'll make my fog cloud, and then you won't be able to see.
Well, you know, observant works well with the owl as the totem spirit.
That's true.
Uh,
And with Arthur, who's just a big eye.
Yes.
okay, are people returning for day 14?
Yes, I want to learn my spell.
Okay. Day 14. On day 14, Kridi will learn their spell, but everybody else is,
Dies.
except for Afanen. Afanen gets their 3rd point in investigation. Kridi gets their spell. Rukka, did you want to start learning something?
No.
I guess we should
No?
probably discuss what we're doing from now. Do we want to keep learning stuff? Do we want to go fight things? Like,
Rukka's going to take a chill day. He's like, I'm relaxing.
Rukka's going to play fetch.
Nice. All right. And Åvna, what do you want to do?
I might start working on a spell. Actually, no, I'm going to work on another skill. I guess I'm going to start working on investigation. Or I could get expertise in perception to really see Afanen.
See right into my soul.
Ah, it's made of pitch.
All right. So yeah, Kridi gets their spell. That's what happens. Rukka, you get inspired by chilling for a day.
Nice.
Wow.
Rukka's happy with that.
He's getting riled up because he knows the next day shit's going down.
Yeah, we've got to get going.
So what are people's plans for day 15?
yeah. So what? Yeah. Well, that's probably a good discussion to have. What are we? Where are we heading? What's our plan? What do we want to try and do the challenge?
I guess so.
Like, I don't know. Like, seems like, but we haven't seen any of the other teams around here, have we?
They might have killed each other.
Yeah.
It's
In
possible.
which case, it's the perfect time to go in.
Yeah, it's possible that we could just walk in and, you know, stab one guy who's crawling along the ground trying to reach the spear, leaving a blood trail behind him. So he's like, I finally succeeded. Oh, that was easy. Unlikely, but possible. But just,
There was also the hunting grounds, right, where we can just kill a bunch of stuff,
Mhm.
get a bunch of loot.
The
Yes,
loot
that-
is in
that
the
was-
hunting grounds.
That was what that was what a Kridi suggestion would be, rather than going for the crown, as it were.
you know, I can't believe I'm siding with Rukka, but I am siding with Rukka.
Okay, you think we should try and take the prize?
Well, it's more along the lines of we are here. We may not get another chance. And we don't know if every team down here is in competition, then we don't have to consider that we are matched against them solely, because they are matched against the other teams also. So therefore, it mitigates the potential lack of experience that we have. If we play smarter, we might be able to do okay.
And smarter is what we are particularly good at as a group.
At that point, I don't disagree. I don't agree with Rukka, but I'm still going to suggest that's what we do. But I'm not saying that. I'm not holding that in stone. If you make a valid argument against it, then I'll definitely consider what you say and possibly change my mind. But I just think that we are here. We do have the opportunity. And again, we don't have to match ourselves directly against opponents.
Yeah.
And in some ways, the hunting grounds is more dangerous because it is literally just room after room after room of monsters.
Directly matched monsters. Ones that will be fighting us and only us.
It's from what we heard. It sounds like the other place is way more dangerous, though.
What does Zul reckon?
Competition for the prize is definitely more dangerous than the hunting grounds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
I must stay here. Chill. Form a better connection with my spirit.
He says there is no Dana, there is only Zul.
He's been doing sort of interesting stuff. You notice that like the spirit room now has a web, like a fine web covering most of the floor and stuff. And every now and again he sort of stands with his eyes shut, but turns to face you without opening his eyes and stuff.
Nice. Is he learning like tremor sense?
Yeah, basically. He's learning web sense, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Okay, so I guess the question is do we have to match this what we want to do against spending more time with almost guaranteed results of getting some more cool stuff. Because while it's less exciting, it's still fun. It's still good to just keep getting things. Or use a Spirit Forge more.
Yeah, he does say now, because half the time of the trial is gone, if you went to the prize, only 2 people would benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you just have to keep that in mind.
Because we can only do it one at a time, yeah.
Yes, only one person can be the focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, normally, there's, a lord, and then their sort of retinue, and the retinue protects the lord, sort of thing. So that's what's, going on with the Shoreborn and with the blood knives and stuff. Yeah, which you guys don't seem to have, from what he's seen. You don't have, a hierarchy or anything like that, so...
Have you seen my
You know.
crown, dude?
You get a crown in every game, it seems.
It's made of bees! By the way, Grail, I didn't ask for it to be a crown. That was Aaron's suggestion.
Yep,
So
it's all my fault. I said a beard first, to be fair.
you did say
I'm
a
pretty
beard.
sure. I
Bee
said
beard.
you could have a bee beard. I mean, you could have a bee crown. Whatever.
Hey,
Nope.
it's crowns are cool, and
Crowns are cool.
it creates a symbolic
I feel
link.
the vibe is more like flower crown than Ellen crown, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Ellen's crown is kind of Dark Lord.
Yeah, that's not the vibe of the Bumblebee crown at all.
They're diametrically opposed crowns.
Pretty much.
The crown of life, the crown of death.
Yes.
Yes, Kridi is going to argue against more caution, probably not going to do this. But it is, of course, up to the rest of the party to decide as a group. So what do you guys think? What does Afanen think? 'Cause we haven't heard from...
Afanen's going to be the key here.
I hate it when you guys make me the key.
So Afanen is Vince Clortho, the keymaster.
Because I am, above all else, a coward.
Oh no. You didn't say that in front of Zul, did you? That's dangerous. You can't say who the keymaster is in front of Zul.
We know what Vince Clortho and Zul have to do.
Yeah. So what is Afanen thinking?
I mean, Afanen is afraid
Okay.
of both going into the challenge and making the wrong choice so that half the party is mad at him.
Okay,
yes, peer pressure, excellent.
So here's the
Peer
thing.
pressure is really getting to him.
So here's the thing, Afanen. No matter what decision you make, Åvna is not going to be mad at you. There's no right, there's no wrong decision. Just make the decision that you want.
Well, my instinct was, like Enid is detached from the crown now and floating next to Afanen's face and giving him a little nudge with her butt. Was the hunting grounds.
So we have two each way.
Yep.
Arthur spins into existence and says, "Aha! My time has arrived! We should obviously go to the prize and feed it to me, so that I can become your true ruler." No?
Back.
Aw.
I like your gumption, Arthur. I appreciate it.
He flexes
we
his
should-
noodle arms.
We should listen to the first half of what you said.
So
Yeah, let's not have Arthur be the tiebreaker. I feel like that would set a very bad precedent in going forward.
Arthur mumbles. The best
Arthur-
person.
Arthur is wise and knowledgeable. Just maybe overly enthusiastic at the moment. But what Arthur says should not be discounted. But let's just wrap it up into my boat. So, why do you want to go to the hunting grounds?
Is that a Kridi or a...
Kridi and Afanen. Since they voted for the hunting grounds.
I think it is a safer option than the main challenge. Kree feels like we didn't prepare. We didn't come in here knowing what we were doing. We've kind of just fumbled around and luckily had, someone to actually explain and tell us what was actually happening and what we can do.
So if
I feel like that we wouldn't be prepared enough to fight against these other teams or other people, even with the fact that maybe they've already knocked each other out.
So if safety is paramount, why don't we stay here?
Oh, that Kridi would be absolutely happy for that too. But I know, Rukka likes to fight things.
It's not that I like to fight things. I just don't like doing boring things.
So if
Yeah, exactly.
So
I would prefer to stay here at the learning things here, but I'm happy to also go to the hunting grounds if it means we don't go to the main challenge.
Sure. So Afanen, why do you want to go to the hunting grounds?
It feels like a safer way to get
Cool
loot.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it means
And
Afanen can
also-
steal more for himself.
And also, can you imagine how long the argument about who would get the prize out of the four of us would be? It would last the whole 2 weeks.
No, not
Arthur
really.
spins out again. The five of us? The five of us?
Mhm.
Arthur, if you're counted as a 5th, then all my bees are counted.
Do they have individual consciousness, or just a singular?
They're not conscious the same way that Arthur is conscious. They're like the spirit of bees. So they care about like the hive and protecting, and they care about like wind and cold and shadow.
Is Afanen the queen of the bees?
Yeah, effectively.
Cool, nice.
Queen bee hog.
I finally got a friend group.
Yeah,
You got a support mechanism.
very chill.
What that obeys you unconditionally?
No, we're friends.
With love, devotion.
Everybody needs that support group. All right, so
You wouldn't understand. You don't have.
Yeah, so we are in fast. Do we just want to do a like just a luck roll or something that we evens blah odds blah?
I mean, you've got 15 days. You could literally spend 7 days in the labyrinth and then go to the trial right at the end.
this is true.
Yeah.
Unless someone else claims it before then.
No, the prize
Is only at the end.
the prize is like, it's like a thing that, so Zul's there, so he knows what it is because he actually claimed it previously, and it's like a spiritual trial that you sit in and you have to be protected from other people, and it's sort of an enlightenment on your soul. But the point is that there's only one focus in this area that can be used, so that's what's fought over.
Okay.
Right?
Sure. All right. Well, if we, then I guess we can.
So we could go. We could go
we
do
can
that
both.
once, and then go into the labyrinth.
I think we'd have to go into the labyrinth, then go do that.
We can't come back out of that like Zul did.
Zul's like, if you win the prize, like you're not gonna leave it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because like it only affects
You
one
just
person
put
at a time.
you just put another
Put
person
someone else
through
in
it.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
But it sounds like it might be able to heal Arthur.
Arthur's like, oh, it would be heal me. Well, I'm not damaged. I'm fine. I'm in the time. I'm in the prime of my life.
Ableist. Arthur is perfect just the way they are, you know.
Arthur is boss level.
I feel like Arthur could be perfecter.
You could have a laser cannon. He could assimilate us, and we could all be Arthur. Arthur could become Legion.
Voltron.
But who gets to be
And
the head?
I'm the head.
Which Voltron too?
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
sure. The vehicle Voltron sucked.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right. So, shall we put it to a vote?
We already did,
Or-
and we
Yeah, we
we
already did.
tied.
Did you draw it? Yeah. So, what? Is anybody gonna budge?
Fine, I'll budge.
I was okay. I was about to budge, but sure, you got there before me.
That's all right. If you are worried, then we won't discount the fact that you are concerned for your safety. So we'll do the other thing, and hopefully we don't die there.
All right.
And if
Everybody-
after a bit we get bored, we can go do the cool thing,
Correct.
like cool people.
Yes, okay. Kridi will concede that if we do find something useful while in the hunting grounds, that may give us an edge in the thing. Then maybe.
Mhm.
But the good thing is now that we can go in there as much or as little as we like, essentially.
Zul says if you're looking for good stuff, obviously the deeper you go, the better the stuff.
Yeah.
Words to live by.
So go downstairs is what you're saying.
If you're looking for better stuff, it's also more dangerous. So
Yep.
The dwarves delve too
bear
deep.
that in mind.
Cool.
Yes, you'll delve too deep. All right.
Grail says
You
the
move
Balrog.
over to the obelisk and back up 3 layers of maps. Bing, there we are. Whoa, whoa, and it's playing a dragon noise.
Yep.
Why?
Love that.
I'm not
Why,
doing anything.
Red Dragon? You don't belong there. Okay, whatever. Cause Red Dragons, I guess, is what I decided there should be here.
Cool.
Alright, so you guys are all down here.
Indeed, we are.
Can you guys not see?
Yes, again now.
Can. Just got to find it because it's a big map.
That should brought you down to it. But anyway.
Bottom left.
All right, and yep, there's an open chest there. Bling.
Alrighty, let's I guess let's re-explore the places we've done because we knew there was a staircase not too far away, right?
Yeah, back in that big room with the fire thingies.
Yep, cool. Let's be cautious because we don't know if if
They've repopulated.
alrighty. If we were going to do this today, I wouldn't have cast create food and water just yet.
Mhm.
I'll hold off until if I need to.
That reminds me, I'm going to cast my bonus Goodberry for the day, and I'm going to just check my spells that I would memorize for this day.
Yes. For everybody's information, I learned invisibility as my extra spell.
Cool. I'm not going to learn meld into stone. I might learn protection from energy.
Aaron, could you throw me out my extra token, please?
Sure. You should be able to do that as well. But yes.
Can I?
Yeah, you should be able
I
to
can do it.
drag.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. I didn't realize I could do it myself.
Dog. Bark. All right.
Things can I learn? I should probably know this off by heart.
It was back up this way, wasn't it?
Darkskin totally sucks now.
Yeah, Buckskin does suck. Stupid spell.
Especially as a second level spell.
If it made you resistant to like piercing and slashing as well, that would be good. Then it'd be like a good spell.
I think I'll just make that one change.
You're muted, by the way, Kaylee, if you didn't know. Just making sure you know.
Hello, I'm back. Sorry, I was eating an apple.
No, that's fine.
It was very crunchy.
At least you weren't eating ice cream.
Exactly.
Alright, I guess I won't make any extra changes.
Cool.
Does anybody have dark vision?
Nope.
Does Afanen have dark vision from some special wacky doover?
No, not unless they pick up Gloomstalker next level.
I do have bees though.
Does Afanen want dark vision?
I would love dark vision.
I can cast it on you, giving you it for 8 hours. That way you might be able to avoid our lights.
Is this why you got extra perception so that you can give me dark vision and then you can still see me?
Yes, that's exactly right. Because, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Wow.
You're a friend. I'm keeping you close. But it's up to you if you would like dark vision. It will cost me a second level spell slot, but I am prepared to cast it.
I think probably don't worry about it at the moment because I don't know.
Afanen's like caressing a battle axe and drooling.
Yeah, I haven't been hiding very much recently.
It's fair, alright.
Keep your
She's
spells
ready
up.
to go.
See, one of the other reasons was I was wondering if I should take dark vision as one of my known spells. Maybe I'll ditch dark vision and take something other. What's protection from good and evil like in 5th ed?
Decent.
Not bad.
You just had like disadvantage and you can't be charmed, frightened, possessed.
Apparitions, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Yeah.
Do spirit creatures that we fight fall under those categories?
Yes. Some of them will.
What about
Depends on the spirit creature.
What about the spirit construct that rise up out of the slain creature?
The
I
revenants.
imagine,
Yep.
Yes.
I imagine it matches their undead, right?
Yep. Effectively.
I might get rid of dark vision. I might take protection from evil and good then, if it will benefit against some of those spirit animals or spirit creatures. Since we tend to fight a lot of them.
Mhm.
Cool. Alright, done.
Excellent. I will, before we begin, I'll cast aid on 3 people. Now, we had a big argument about this before. Who should I be casting this on?
Everyone but Afanen.
Everyone but Afanen.
I
What
thought
level spell are you using?
2nd level.
Okay.
the reason I said that was because Afanen tends to be the one who gets hit least.
Yep.
And is also the one who can maneuver out of dangerous situations the easiest.
Well, Rukka has his
Where's
face
Rukka
step
gone?
now. Yeah, it's behind.
Oh.
I assumed. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Cool. Okay, in that case, I will cast aid on everybody but Afanen then. Have 5 extra HP.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
The Afanen's also got heaps of HP, though.
How much HP do you have?
Heaps.
Afanen?
Has
Are we missing?
has apple HP.
Has plenty of HP. Somehow has less than Åvna, but oh no, that's because you just increased Åvna's. Never mind.
Oh, what? It increases by 4, yeah?
5.
5.
Åvna
Yep.
has a good constitution though, remember.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Better than ours. Cool. Okay, cool. We'll do that then.
Is since people are doing this sort of thing, is Afanen going to cast a spell in preparation, or are you going to hold on to it for later?
What is?
Because you have Longstrider if you want.
Oh yeah.
It only lasts an hour though, so you can hang on to it if you want.
Yeah, I think I'll wait.
Okie dokie. begin exploring.
Excellent. Cool. Let's head up into the main room then.
Wait, where did Rukka go?
Underneath
He's
He's
just
behind.
underneath
tracksuit.
the.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there was a torch there.
Which for me is actually
Yes, we'll need someone to
other
hold
way
the torch
around.
That's right, I can hold it. I'll
for
have
now.
the torch and my shield in hand.
We shouldn't have light on our just cast on ourselves, right? Currently, I mean, like I will because I can do that, but like, is that not
You-
everybody or just me?
I think you're the only person who has light cantrip.
Yeah.
So I think that's why
Are we
light's
going
on
north,
you.
are we?
Like I was saying, if I go here, is everybody else in the dark now?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
no, because Åvna's got the
They've got a
torch.
torch.
Åvna
Yeah.
has a torch as well.
Yep. So, yeah, two light torches, me and Åvna. Then let's go.
Yeah, I'll have torch and shield.
And this is the
Stairs.
That is the set of
Stairs.
stairs.
Have we checked these chests?
Yes. Some of them were traps. Some of them had spirit tablets in them.
What about the other doors or openings?
We haven't gone into anywhere. Essentially, what you can currently see on the map is what we've been through before. So we can assume this connects up there, but we don't know about it here or here.
Mm-hmm.
And we can assume this one connects up with like there.
and
I
this
would be
is the
happy
one
to
we
click-
entered through.
This one
I'd be-
might also do something over here.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure it's just it's a pointer there.
Oh, I'm sure it goes to here, but it might also go to here.
Well, Kridi will go over there and actually Arthur was the one who opened the doors, right?
Arthur
Why
opens
don't
doors.
Why don't we just check
When
for the
was
sake of it?
When was Arthur opening doors?
Sorry?
Opening the doors in this area.
Arthur's
So you want
doing
to
busy.
open this door down
Oh.
here?
Did Roll20 just crash for you guys?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
It crashed for you as well, did it?
Yep.
Still kicking for me.
Yeah, I'm back now. That was weird.
Yeah. we
Opening
just gotta-
opening that door really caused Alrighty, cool. I guess let's see. Cool, it leads all the way back. Yep, to the other
only
room.
back?
Only back, no other paths of it.
Cool. Alright.
Do we want to explore the entire top floor, or do we just want to go down the stairs?
I mean, what's his name said?
Yeah, better loot down there.
Down is better. So yeah.
Yep, cool.
All right. I will change back to the token layer and move you to another map. Hey.
Who's heading down first?
Do you want Rukka to meet Shield again?
Rukka, then followed by
Åvna.
Åvna, followed by Kridi, followed by Afanen. Or do we want Afanen in the middle?
Nah.
Right, let's play find the.
Wait up, I haven't put you down yet.
It's a very hard game of find the icon.
Blah, blah. Somebody's in
nice.
the wall. You're in space. That's not good.
Is there supposed to be a door in the middle of the room?
No, oh, I pasted a door by accident.
What
Let's
is
delete that.
that?
No door.
Yeah.
So that coming down the set of stairs, you can see what sort of looks like a full suit of armor, sort of lit up by mana, and it's just sort of standing around.
Interesting.
Dylan.
Could
It's
I
got a sword.
could I do an Arcana check to see if I have any idea what the hell's going on with that? Because that looks really weird and magical.
It's got a sword and shield.
I can save you a roll by saying yes, it's magical.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. We can all figure that out, but a little bit more than that.
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
Cool. 10. Okay. Probably not much.
You got yeah, it's
Um,
magical.
Yeah, it looks like outside your sort of knowledge level.
Yes. Absolutely.
Arthur's like, yep, this is a pretty standard construct, defensive construct.
Could you eat it?
Yeah, but it would be difficult.
It'd take a while.
Yeah. But
Doesn't look like it would fit us.
the armor.
Yeah.
I think to take them apart, you would have to do them a lot of damage.
Okay.
The armor probably wouldn't be particularly functional afterwards. Yeah, you might find it. Yeah, Arthur doesn't really know. It would fit you if you could, get inside it while it's animated, but that'd probably kill you. So.
And it also sounds like, you're not asking for consent.
I mean, just thinking that you guys might like some cool armor.
It's not heading towards us. It doesn't seem to be
Looks like
Nope.
there is a
concerned
chest.
that we're
Looks
here.
like there's a
They're
chest or
just
something there.
Yeah.
So they've got like a sword and a shield, and they're basically just like looking at the chest,
Cool.
Two of them
So-
standing
that I
around.
can see.
I'm going to move up to here and try and figure out what the hell these things are. They
This
look like a swarm of spiders.
up here, yeah. So that's like just a carpet of like spiders crawling all over each other. There are a lot of them, and they're like abnormally large. Some of them look like abnormally vicious. They're not like house spiders. They're not like huntsmen.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
mega huntsmen,
Yep.
but not like giant spiders. They're just
Yeah.
like wicked
they're the-
spiders.
They're like the size of they're like the size of like a microwave or like
Oh no, nowhere near that big. But they're
Okay.
like not like natural spiders. Is my
Size
guess.
size of your hand.
Yeah. I mean, some are small. Like some might
Mhm.
be like the size of your thumb, and some might be the size of a.
as up to the big of a fist. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. That's creepy.
Mhm.
What's down
There's
the other things?
There's a chest down here that doesn't look guarded from where I am.
And this one
It's-
here just dog legs south.
Dogleg south. Cool. Well, let's pick a direction. Do we want to check out the one that has that seems to be unguarded first? Which it'll absolutely be guarded, but we can hope.
Look, I mean, I can send my good boy up ahead and he can have a look without us getting into too much danger if you want.
Sure.
Can you see through his eyes? Or what he sees, or know what he sees?
That's a very good question.
Or is it just going to go up there and go woof when you're going to go, you want a biscuit?
Apparently he's going up there and
you
there's
can-
no light source, so
you can sort of sense thoughts, and it's dark. It's dark
Yeah.
up there.
there's a chest. But we knew that.
I'm going to move up to here and say, no, there is some kind of snaky-like things.
So that's like all these snakes of various sizes. They look kind of horrific. They're not like normal snakes. They've got like monstrous fangs and weird like thorns sticking out of them, and
Friend
Huh.
Rukka,
they're obviously like evil.
Friend Rukka, let me ask you a question. Why are we in the lead when Afanen and Kridi were the ones that wanted to come here?
Because you're so nice.
You guys like the glory, that's why.
Things you do for friends.
I mean,
We didn't ask you to go first.
yeah. If you guys just want to sit around the stairs doing nothing, we'll start clearing these rooms.
There
but
is also
I figured you want to help.
There's also, Kridi, something upon the floor here that you might be interested in. Looks like some magical circles.
Cool. Well, let's clear this room then, shall we?
There's a lot of snakes.
So
And more armor.
I'm also thinking, Aaron, that
And
the doggo
spiders.
doesn't have vision on his token.
Ah. Yeah, I bet he doesn't. Because I didn't give it to him. Vision on.
When I walk into the room,
There you go.
since I walked in first, did the snakes do anything?
No. They're like lying about.
Cool. There is a chest here in front as well. So I want to investigate it for traps.
We left before I could finish getting investigation, so.
But someone probably has investigation better than what I do, since my investigation is +0.
Yeah, I mean, mine's one.
Let's. Yeah, I'm probably good at. I'm probably half decent at this. Did I take it as a skill? No, but I'm still got a good bonus to it. So, are they? So they're not hostile. They're just chilling.
They just don't seem to have noticed you. They're like lying around, bacon.
Cool.
And is this just like a sigil burnt into the ground?
It looks like a magic circle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
it has
Let's.
like mana running through it.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume everything in here is going to be hostile. So let's attack them before they attack us.
Do you have an AoE to pop down on them?
Ha. No.
Just so you know, I can't see anything in there
You
yet.
can
Yes.
walk
so-
through. You could walk through and just
Yeah.
stand beneath. in
Stand
the square.
behind.
Yeah.
It's not, I have nothing fancy to open up the combat. No.
Well, I'll send good pop up another square or two. See if they notice as he walks next to them.
Does Arthur know what these things are?
Go to initiative.
Yep.
Oh, wait a second. Let me open initiative first. Now go to initiative.
No character was found selected. Oh, that's because I bloody clicked on the
You did.
torch.
The torch doesn't get initiative. Sorry,
No.
Grail. we all know how that went in your game.
It's just that the torch is underneath my icon. But if I
Yeah,
click,
no, it's fine. Also, nice roll, by the way.
yes,
All right. Åvna seizes the initiative.
yes, and I think we may as well preempt it. We're going to need it at some stage, I guess. So let's transform.
Mm-hmm.
Get some discotheque happening, and then I guess I will shoot this chap here with some laser beams.
AC hit 27. Yes, that does hit them.
Mm-hmm.
7 points of radiant damage. Okay.
Combat. War were declared. Here we go.
All right. Chonk. Ah! Some of them burn away.
Cool.
What else are you doing?
That's about it, because that was me taking an action and using a bonus action. And that will be it. I would have dropped the torch when I did this.
That's fine. It'll stay there.
Mhm.
That makes it their go.
Love to not roll high on initiative.
6. This is on your square, as a side note.
What's on my square? I was looking at.
Snakes. I'm just
Oh.
putting snakes on people's squares.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna put a buff on you to say that you got snakes on you. Snakes.
Get
Did-
these motherfucking snakes off my
Seeing as he's
motherfucking
out,
square.
did Tarika actually need an initiative roll as well?
No, he goes on your
Oh,
initiative.
the mountain. Yeah, cool. I wasn't sure because he has an initiative on the character sheet.
Of course he does. Ignore that. He just goes
Yep.
at your initiative. Alright, so these ones that are going to attack El Doggo, we've got 3 of them. Hits him for 7 points of damage, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 10. And do that again, because you got hit a second time. And do it again, because you got hit 3 times. He takes 21 points of damage, and you better make those saving throws.
Well, rude.
Yeah, you failed. Doggo is discombobulated and reverts back to you.
Yep. Good start.
Nom 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 nom. He's turned back into a tracksuit. Hurry! No shadow stepping for you. Meanwhile, the ones that are attacking you guys, so we've got a bunch of snakes trying to crawl over Åvna. No. Ooh. 7 points of damage and make me a
No.
Constitution.
I'm going to use one of the shields for my shields.
Oh, okay, so it
Which-
just misses you.
Yep.
Alright, and the other one that is attacking Afanen. 21. They're rolling like fire. Afanen, you take 4 points of damage because of your temporary hit points. Ignore the first 3. And then make
It
me
hasn't been the start of my turn yet.
It does. You always have them in effect.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I will
It's
put
just
them
at the start of your turn they're rebuffed. Yeah.
I'm just going to put them on my sheet, sorry. And then, so I take
Yep.
4.
Yep. You take 4 points of damage and make me a Constitution saving throw. DC 10. Dun, dun, dun. 11 is good enough, which means you take half damage, which is 7 points of poison damage. As the poison runs through your veins. It burns. That makes it Afanen's go. There are snakes.
I got 3 hit points.
Yes, you get your 3 temp hit points.
Gonna use my axe.
Mhm.
And hit, I don't know, whatever snake is on top of me, I guess.
Yep, you steady aim to cleave a bunch of snakes off you, around you. Go ahead. Ooh, a big critical hit, you say,
Nice.
for a ridiculous amount of damage.
And I would like to use strong wind.
Okay, yep.
'Cause I want them to get shoved.
Yep, okay, well, they'll try to make a strength save to see if you push them off. Strength saving throw. Ooh, they're not good at making this. Oh, but they did succeed.
Damn it.
No, they stay on you. But
No.
you did, Okay, even though you cleave through like a lot of them, you think that sort of your weapon attack doesn't seem particularly effective against these guys.
Okay.
There's too many of them. You're like overkilling the ones that you are killing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they're all sort of small and you're just dealing like massive amounts of damage, but not to them as a group. More as the individuals. Anyway. Is damaged, but is still your friend. Alright, that's gonna be your go. Rukka's go.
Are the snakes that are on these guys actually like if I move away from them, am I gonna get hit by an attack of opportunity?
They're sort of all around them on the floor and stuff like that, and
So yes.
no, they won't get an attack of opportunity on you unless you move through them.
Okay. So Rukka's going to come over here. He's going to bonus action his rapier out. Let me draw. So there.
Mhm.
Then he's going to guiding bolt that guy.
Okay. That hits. 13 points of damage. Yep.
And then hit it with
Okay.
rapier.
Okay, you have an advantage on the rapier attack. You can't do better than a 20, so don't bother rolling again. Sure. It's a critical, so roll an extra d8. 7. Nice. 15 points of damage. But the sword does not seem to be particularly effective against these guys. Shit. Well, that being said, that is a vastly diminished horde. Seems to be pretty messed up.
We
Lots of
can't,
them got burnt away by purifying fire.
we can't see their health bars in case you were.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I'll put the bloodied on them
Cool.
when they're
Thank you.
when you can tell that they're not in good shape.
Yep, that's cool. And that was one that I hit, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Cool.
Kridi. I can't hear you if you're talking, Oz.
Can you not? Hello?
Okay, now I can.
Now,
Okay, good. Yep. No, I was just I was making thinking noises, and
Cool.
obviously that didn't translate. So you're saying that like the attacks that we've been using aren't really working well on them,
The
or
magic-
we're just like
the
they're
magical
not.
ones seem to be.
So they're probably just regular swarm stuff of being resistant to like normal attacks.
Yeah,
Cool.
what seems to be happening is like when you kill them with a melee weapon, it's like absolutely smashing that one individual creature
Yep.
rather than dealing damage to the horde.
Yep. Cool.
I
In that
mean,
case-
sometimes your axe is going to swing through like 4 or 5 of them or something like that, but
Yep.
it's not hitting all of them.
Cool. In that case, I'm going to cast bonus action cast slowly on my quarterstaff and have a go at the snakes on Afanen.
Okay.
Let's
Yep.
go.
I sort of pulled around Afanen's feet. But yeah.
11. Look. Well, does that hit?
11.
Probably
That
not.
might actually miss.
Yeah.
That does miss. They've got
Oh,
like
that's
dark
so rude.
magic surrounding them, and it just sort of, yeah, that doesn't affect them.
Cool. Well, that's my turn.
They absorb that deliciousness.
Rude.
All right, Åvna.
Cool. I was just going to put a token marker on my token as well to indicate that I have snakes on me.
Mhm. Oh, I put the grapple on you to
Amazing.
show that there are snakes there.
You put it on the torch.
Oh, I did. Whoops. Okay.
So is that I'll put it on me. Cool. All right. I am going to hit the one that's on me with guiding bolt.
Okie dokie. You will have disadvantage.
How annoying.
Yeah. It's like they're all over you.
If I move,
Mhm.
does that provoke an attack of opportunity? I did drop a torch in the square as well. Is the
That's
torch
fine.
bugging them out?
Yeah, they're avoiding it. They're sort of a carpet of snakes, but avoiding that torch.
All right. Well, I'm going to step back to there then.
Okay, they will attack you for leaving their threatened area.
Can they have disadvantage because the torch is causing them to, be a little
Sure. They're at a disadvantage of biting you.
cool?
18.
Jerks. I'm going to use another one of my
You
shield.
use your reaction. Okay, not get hit. Sure.
Then I'm going to put a guiding bolt on it.
Mhm. 26. Yeah, that hits.
And then I'm going to shoot
13 damage.
it with light beams should now have advantage.
Yes, indeed. Oh, critical. 14 points of damage. Ouch. That is not they're not looking great either.
Cool.
Let's put a red on them. I put it on the torch. Yeah. The torch looks bad. Looks bad. It's rough. It's rough. I gotta take it. I have to
That
take
poor
everything off the
torch.
torch. Damn it. Okay, let's just
How about we do this?
alright. That's you can keep moving if you want, Åvna. You've got more movement. Up to you.
No, that's alright, I'll stay there.
Alright, that's gonna make it their go. These guys hate you, so they're gonna follow you. And then these guys are gonna come over here and swarm on top of Ben. This guy can come over here, swarm on top of you, and then these ones, I guess, swarm on top of Afanen because they're the closest. Hey, Afanen, you've got 2 swarms. The deliciousness. All right, so 2 swarms attacking Afanen.
I'm really glad that Kridi didn't cast that thing on.
15.
And cast
Does that
what on
hit?
you, sorry?
You know when you were like, who should I cast this on?
Oh,
And
right.
everyone was like, Afanen doesn't get hit ever.
Look, it's apparently becoming a running joke that no matter who I cast it on, it's always going to be the wrong choice.
Yep. Okay, so that's 7 points of damage. Remember to take off your temporary hit points first. And make me a Constitution saving throw. Dun, 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 dun. That's a success. You take 7 points of poison damage. The second swarm attacks you and misses. Alright, we've got a swarm attacking Kridi.
Mm-hmm.
They miss. And we've got a half a swarm attacking Afanen. Misses. And we've got half a swarming attacking Rukka. Ooh, 23. That's a big hit. That does 3 points of damage to Rukka, and Rukka has to make a Constitution saving throw.
You didn't get one attacking me either.
Sorry?
You didn't have one attack me? Or did you...
Yeah, this one. That's this one, the 13.
Okay, because you said it far at the time. That's alright. That's cool.
Okay, so you've made your saving throw. Okay, so you take 3 points of piercing damage and 7 points of poison damage.
No.
These things suck. Cue the Indiana Jones.
Somebody's got armor that makes them resistant to poison, I'm just saying.
Yes.
Which is absolutely hilarious. When you started crafting that, I was like, huh, that's pretty funny. Nice. Anyway, it's Afanen's go. Get your 3
Ow.
HP back.
Ow. I like when Åvna stepped away, like they had an attack of opportunity, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm better off just swinging, right?
If you want.
And I don't have anything apart from like swing. I don't like my spells don't damage, so I'm just gonna
Correct.
swing.
What do your bees do?
Yeah.
My bees give me extra things on top of damage.
Yeah, so she tried to push them away with wind. He tried to push them away with wind last turn, but they could also make them suffer in darkness or erupt in ice. But a 12 or a 10 is going to miss.
Good stuff. Good work.
Oh. Rukka!
Help.
Rukka is going to cast Sword Burst
What's
on
Sword
himself.
Burst do?
You create a momentary circle of spectral blades that sweep around you.
Uh-huh.
All other creatures within 5 feet of you must succeed on a Dex saving throw or take 1d6 force damage.
Okay,
Nice.
that's just the swarm.
Yep.
Dex save. 18.
Well, that's safe.
Oh, at 5th level, it's 2d6. So we're taking
Yeah.
2d6 damage. Yes, it does save, so they're fine.
No, because I didn't cast it at high level.
No, it's automatically increased. Cantrips are auto increased.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
And then this sword will come back and it will take a shot at the snakes on Afanen.
Okay. Oh, another crit. D8 plus D8. 13 points of damage. Let me have a look at this swarm. Again, not super effective as a side note, but that swarm is now bloodied.
Better than a kick in the balls.
It is. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
No, you can pay good money for that.
All right. That's going to make it Kridi's go.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see if I can actually hit something this time. So I'm going to use my quarterstaff again to try and clear some more off Afanen.
Mhm.
Let's have a go. God damn it.
Nope.
Does a 12 hit?
It does not. No, it would
No,
have made a lot of these attacks hit. Bless. I'm just saying.
Yes, well. I didn't think this would be that complicated of a fight, but apparently,
Sometimes AC 14's more than enough.
yeah,
It turns
exactly.
out.
Can I? That's just a bonus action. Yeah, I think I might also just cast healing word on Afanen just to bump
Okay.
them up a bit.
Yep.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm healing you for 8.
Oh, thank you.
That's going to make it Åvna's go.
Cool. I guess I will just. I'm going to drop a produce flame on the one that's with me. Is this going to be disadvantage?
Yes,
Alright, well,
absolutely.
I'm
That
plus
still
15.
hits it.
Yep.
Oh, that was 2d8. That is disappointing. 5. How much HP does I have left? Oh, too much. It's still alive.
Right, then I'm going to shoot some light beams at it. Also disadvantage.
Yes.
That'll probably miss. No, AC 15.
15 seeding.
AC 15 for 10 radiant damage.
Yes,
Hits.
absolutely. It's destroyed.
Cool.
The evil snake things are cleansed.
Cool.
Good job, team. I definitely helped.
Is there not still one?
Sort of a puff of black smoke
That was just the ones that were on
billows up
me.
into the air. Yep.
Oh,
And then I'm going
So
to
I-
move up to there.
Okie dokie. That's going to make it the snake swarms go. We've got a half swarm on Rukka. 18. What's your AC?
18.
So it hits.
Mhm.
3 points of piercing damage. And make me a constitution saving throw.
You a snake,
That's a
Kridi?
success.
Shouldn't you be able to talk
7
to
points of poison damage. We've got half a swarm on Afanen. It hits. 3 points of piercing damage and make me a constitution saving throw. Afanen. Oh, no, don't bother. Your bees absorb the damage. You take
Nice.
no damage. Ignore that. Ignore that entirely.
Make
Wow.
it- my
They're
bees
super
rule.
not effective against you anymore. They need
My
to move on.
bees rule.
Oh no, we have no effect. Then a real swarm attacks Kridi, because there's a real swarm still left all over Kridi.
Yep.
That's a 21 is a hit. 7 points of piercing damage. And make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. Versus poison.
Constitution. Cool.
As
I'm
I say,
fine.
7 points of poison instead
Yep.
of 14. So, yep, 14 total damage.
Yep. Nice.
All right. Afanen, it is your go.
There's a attack. Hiya. Oh wait, hang on. I get my 3 HP, and now hiya. Ah. Oh god, what have I done?
That hits. Wow, that is a very disappointing roll. Wow. Okay.
Can I do ice?
Yes, you can do an eruption of ice, D6.
Can't see behind the turn order.
The ice seems to be effective.
Oh my god, I've done something.
Good job. Oh, more than me. I've just whiffed twice and contributed nothing.
All right. Rukka, it's your go.
Okay, so Rukka is going to just do it again.
Yep.
Sword burst.
Dex save. 13. I assume that's a yep, that's a fail.
Fails.
So 2d6 damage. How much? 10. They are destroyed. Blah.
Excellent. And
Blown apart.
then the remaining ones over here
Mhm.
will get hit with the sword. No.
No. No. All right. That's Rukka's go. That makes it Kridi's go.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll swing my quarterstaff again because eventually I'll hit something. Let's
Okay.
try to hit the ones on me this time. Let's see
Okay.
if that actually does makes any difference. Nope, not at all. God fucking damn it.
Two.
What
Åvna.
is it? What is it?
Oh.
What is it? Is it an action to activate the shield?
What's that?
The
Sorry?
armor.
Yeah.
You just have
Oh
to
yeah, the armor. Yes. Sorry.
interact. You have to use your interaction.
Sure, I will do that. I will use one of my 3
All right.
because this is getting stupid.
All right. That's going to make it Åvna's go.
Alright, so there's this one here. There's half of one on Afanen.
Mhm.
Is that it?
There's one on Kridi,
Kridi.
half a one on Afanen, and one on the wall here.
Alright,
Sure.
the one on Afanen, I'm going to drop a produce flame on it.
Okay.
Hey!
Ow. That's Kridi. Let's not do that to Kridi. It is destroyed.
Cool. Then I'm going
Burn
to
them
drop
away.
some light beams on this one in the corner.
Disco.
Time for disco. 10 more radiant damage. Pew pew.
That's the first time it's been affected, and it does not like it.
Cool.
Nor does it like you.
Suck it up, bitch. That'll be the end of my turn.
All right, that's going to make it disco.
Get on the disco train.
This thing steps on top of you.
I'm not the disco train.
Yeah, you are the disco train, and it tries to bite you. 19. I think that's a success.
I might use another shield.
All right, you use a shield. We've got the one that's attacking Kridi. 13. That's a miss.
That's a miss.
That's going to make it Afanen's go.
Attack the ones on Åvna.
All right. Yes.
Ice.
That's quite good.
Can I ice them?
Yeah, ice them. Okay. D6. 3. That does make them bloodied. Now half a swarm. All right, Rukka, it's your go.
So I'm going to firebolt the ones that just got iced.
Yep. Okay. Give it to him from both sides. Oh, that's a miss though.
Oh, and then I'll try and hit it with the rapier.
That
And
is
I'll-
also a miss.
We're going well here.
Okay. Kridi, it's your go.
Can I please hit these motherfucking snakes?
That's more like
Can
it.
you?
Go to channel Samuel L.
Hey, okay, cool. There we go.
There you go.
Actually, it does some damage. 10 damage. Woo. Oh,
Oops, I shouldn't have put you out through the wall.
I'm in the wall.
You were in
I will
the
go
wall.
back to where I
Uh,
was.
No.
Oh, I was over there, was I?
No. I have to edit the stakes, and you're on top. So
Oh, right,
I
okay.
just need. I'm moving you so I can edit them.
Yes, okay, that makes
What
sense.
we
Sorry.
can do is do this.
Your bludgeoning does not seem to be super effective against the massive snakes, in the
Oh.
sense that you absolutely paced like a few of them.
Okay.
There's some serious overkill.
Can't resize.
I've cast slowly on my quarter staff, so it counts as a magical weapon. Does
I
that?
understand that magic
that
is not
doesn't matter.
irrelevant. It's
cool.
They are swarms.
yeah. They are swarms.
They can
All
feel
right.
stick.
Eki thump, not super effective,
Come
which
on.
is unbelievable. Because let's face
That
it,
is
it
the
is
greatest
super
Kridi
effective.
episode of all time.
It is.
It's
Uh,
fantastic.
It's
The French martial art of hotting hot.
it's let's go.
Alright, going to drop some produce flame on the one that's at my feet. Thinking it's on the disco train.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
That's a miss.
Alright, not guiding bolt, sorry. Laser beams. Disco Inferno. Disadvantage.
22 with disadvantage. Okie dokie. 13 points of damage. They are not looking good.
Cool.
But they're still there.
I'll kick one for good measure.
Okay, so we've got half a swarm left attacking Åvna. 16. What's your AC?
That will hit. That is my AC.
Are you going to take that one?
Yes.
3 points of piercing damage and make a constitution saving throw.
I spit in the face of
7.
your poison.
You know what? Natural 20. You can ignore the poison damage.
I really spit in the face of your poison.
And
It
we've got one attacking
was a dry bite.
Kridi. Which is a full swarm still. So
Yes, it is. Oh, for
Ooh.
fuck's sake.
gets wounded. 14 points of piercing damage. And make a constitution saving throw. DC 10.
I have advantage on this, luckily. Not that it helps.
Oh god.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
That would be 14 points of poison damage, which I assume is halved because of the spell
Halved,
as well.
yep.
Yep. So 7 points of poison damage.
So that's
The
21 in
crit
total.
doesn't double the poison damage. Okay. It just doubles the piercing damage.
So that's 21 damage in total, yeah?
Yes, that's
Cool.
correct.
I'm on 5 HP. Love that.
Aha!
Aid.
Good thing you have aid.
Yes, indeed.
Afanen.
I'm gonna attack the one on Kridi, I think.
Yep, sure.
If you attack it on me, one on me is almost dead. One on Kridi's not half dead.
And
Okay,
then
I'll attack the one on Åvna, I guess.
I was just balancing the maths.
Yeah, but Kridi is gonna die.
No, Kridi won't die.
Okay, I'll attack the one on Åvna then.
Okay.
Never mind.
That's a 23. If you're not moving, You just have advantage.
Oh
'cause you're a
yeah,
rogue.
steady aim. Yep.
Yep.
Ice.
Yep.
Ice bees.
Well, is it still standing after taking that damage? It's almost dead, the one on me.
Oh yeah, it had 2 HP. You absolutely blow it into little chunks of
Let's
ice
go ice bees.
everywhere. Mm-hmm. All right, that's going to make it Rukka's go. Oh, you can. No, you can't move. You're done. Rukka.
Yeah.
All right, so Rukka is going to guiding. It's going to attack with the rapier first.
Okay.
On the other one that's there.
Yep.
And then he's going to guiding bolt on it afterwards.
Always guiding bolt first, so if it hits, you get advantage,
He wants to give it to the next person, I guess.
I guess.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. And guiding bolt. Yep. Nice. Okay. You don't get dueling on guiding bolts.
Because it's worth more on someone else who can do something that's not a weapon attack.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. True. Smart.
Tactical play. Smart.
Smart.
All right. So math. 13. It is bloodied after those 2 attacks. Obviously, the guiding bolt was much more effective as it burnt off a massive swath of them. Kridi, it's your go.
Okay. This
So
is
now it'll
kind
be
of
used with a weapon
kind of
attack.
bad. I guess because my quarter staff has really done not well whatsoever on this, I'm gonna instead try to toll the dead on them.
Okay.
Because so DC 15 Wisdom save with
Mhm.
18 necrotic damage if they fail.
They fail. They are destroyed. Oh wait,
Excellent.
affected by necrotic damage. Yes, they are. Oof.
They're alive, right? They're not undead snakes.
They're like summoned.
Yeah. Okay. So
They are
yes.
magical snakes. They're not like actual snakes. So.
Cool.
So
Hence why I was like, they're like weird and horrific. They're not
Yeah.
like just snakes.
Cool.
Yep.
Is that
Anyway,
it?
they're destroyed. Yes, you've killed all the snakes. Is that it?
Ugh.
No, you are still in the hunting grounds.
Yeah, obviously, but
All the snakes are gone. They like all dissipated as smoke.
So
oh, that was painful.
there's more spiders down this way.
And
Shall we
there's armor up here.
Do we just want to open these chests and go back up a level where it's a little bit easier? Because that wasn't fun.
Well, it's okay. Kridi can heal,
Yes.
but I've still got my starry form going for like another 9.5 minutes.
Yeah, and I've also got my my poison infection for poison will last a while too.
Let's go for this guy up
So
here
let's keep
rather
going.
than swarms. Swarms are just
Okay.
painful.
Do we
Yep.
want to check the chest before we go for him?
Yes, absolutely. I am going to probably heal though, because I'm very, very badly injured.
Hmm.
Let's use.
There is a lot of spiders down here.
Yes.
I can see 7.
Oh, there are. Okay.
Yeah, I can see
cool.
7 tokens for them at least from where I am.
Just a sea of spiders. It's just a carpet. They're all over the ground.
We really need something like a fireball. That would just be
Well,
awesome against
Hey,
them.
you know what you could have learnt while you're in the
Yeah.
library? Could have learnt Fireball.
Could have. Didn't.
I
F
know.
you.
This is why I specifically said haste and not Fireball. It's like, if I say fireball, I feel like people are going to learn that.
This armor's facing that direction, yeah?
Yeah, it's looking at the chest.
How many armors are up there? 2. See, I think that kind of fight is more in our favour. We have numerical superiority. Did Kridi heal herself?
Yes.
I don't think we
Not
should.
not by much, but I healed.
I don't think we should open the chests until we eliminate the threats in case the chests are trapped.
Do something else? Yeah, fair.
So, can I chuck a guiding bolt on this guy?
You can. Are you going to coordinate with everybody else? Or
I'm just going to
you're
say.
gonna
I'm just going to say. I'm going to chuck a guiding bolt on this guy, and then I'm going to chuck a guiding bolt, and then use my starry form.
Okay. Let me move it to your initiative. Actually, let me
I'll,
remove this guy, and I'll clear the list. Wait a second. All right.
Oh, my 22.
Everybody, select yourselves and roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
My wonderful 22.
Oh yeah, let's go.
You need
That
to
was
be.
great.
You need to be using that macro I wrote, so you get a bit of initiative.
Sending. All right, and let's get these guys as they're going to get their initiative. Oops, did I select them? Yes, I did. Good. And they're going to have an initiative of 10, but they're surprised. All right. So you're like, I'm gonna guiding bolt these guys, and Rukka acts, because it's Rukka. So what are you gonna do, Rukka? When?
Rukka's...
I can move you down in the order if you want to wait until it happens.
Yeah, Rukka's looking at the chest till he's going to wait for the guiding bolt.
All right.
Guiding bolt. One that's to the north, the top.
I will. Damn it! There we go. You ahead. There we go.
Then I'm
all
going
right.
to spirit beam it.
22 hits them.
Mm-hmm.
And
They turn
what
around.
type of damage is that?
It's radiant. They turn around. They've got what? Miniguns.
No, they're just really tough. All right. 10 points of radiant damage. Ow. Was this one that you shot?
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Right.
Boof.
Then I'm going to
Hits
hit it.
them.
Hit
Lights
it with
their
some light
armor up.
beams. Yep. Light
Looked
beams.
effective, but it just sort of shoved him a little bit. Light beam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that hits. 9 points of radiant damage. All right.
That'll be the end
Cool.
of my turn.
Cool. Afanen.
I think I'm gonna get my short bow
Okay.
and Rukka, are you going in there or
Oh yeah, he's going to get the horns.
so you're going because I'm gonna while we're next to each other reach out and touch you. And give you long strider.
All right. Your speed is increased by 10 feet.
Excellent.
What weapons do they have?
They have long swords, which are not long swords. They have arming swords,
Oh, okay.
but you know it's D&D, so they're long swords.
With shields?
Yes, shields.
Okay.
They can drop the shield, but why would I do that?
Yeah, the
They're so much more
D&D
challenging.
longsword is more like a bastard's. It's more like a bastard sword, or hand and a half.
Well, yeah.
So
That's
with my
first time. What am I doing?
with my move, is this little like blue thing? Is that a
That square is Rukka's sword.
this thing?
That's a fountain.
It's a fountain, so
It's
I
like a
can't stand on
basin.
that.
Sorry?
I can't stand on that.
No, you can stand in that square if you want.
It's a bidet.
It's just a bit annoying.
I
But
just want to get behind. I wanted to get some cover so I can use my cunning action to hide, but I didn't know where else to go. Oh, I guess actually I could go in between those two things. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Agree here.
all right. Yep. Sure. You're gonna go hide there.
Yeah.
All right. You've got nice and close to them.
Where's
And-
nowhere else to hide?
Sure. Make a stealth check.
Hopefully they don't have
You could
light
walk down
sense.
here if you wanted. Yep. That's pretty good. Of course, they did watch you. Like, oh well, I guess they're surprised at the moment. So actually, they didn't watch you walk there, so that's okay. Rukka.
I'm the shadow. You don't know. They didn't see me.
It's your go.
Okay. So Rukka is going to just going to send the sword in first.
Mhm.
Up to there for a flying sword attack. Ooh,
No,
that's no good.
that is not good.
And he's going to run up there and he's going to Beskar them.
All right.
No, he's
Oof.
not.
No.
And then
Okay.
he's going to bonus action Shield of Faith himself.
No, because he controlled the sword.
I thought
Which is a
only
bonus.
drawing the sword out was a.
To
Oh.
redirect it to an opponent is a bonus action.
Yeah. I think it says on that on the sword, doesn't it?
Yes, okay, yep. Up to, yeah, to fly it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yep, never mind.
That's fine. It's gonna make it their go. One of them is going to attack you because you're engaging it. Longsword. 10 misses. It's going to attack you again with the longsword. Another 10 misses. All right. And then this one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It rises up off the ground and just sweeps through the air over to you.
Don't sweep the
Åvna.
legs.
So it's just like sort of hovering next to you, and it's going to attack you.
Cool.
Ooh, that's a critical hit.
That's a rude.
As you do.
It does 16 points of slashing damage. Ah, a powerful attack, and then it attacks you again and critically misses. All right, good job. It's all kinds of amazing.
The torch almost
Kridi.
took that damage because that's what I clicked on.
Yep. So it's Kridi's go.
Hey. Okay.
Oh, they were surprised this round. I'm just going to ignore them next round. I'm going to put a stun on them.
Cool.
Stun.
Alrighty. Kridi is going to cast Toll the Dead on the closest one, just for the sake to see if they're actually affected by it at all.
All the dead. Let me find out. No, it's not affected. Boom.
Says told this motherfucker.
They were not living.
Yep. Yeah. No. That's what I figured. But I thought I should check. Rip damage. Okay. And then in that case, can I do anything bonus action that will probably not at this point. So I will chill in the corner.
Okay. These things look very tough.
Yes,
All right. Cool.
I am aware, but I can't do anything with a bonus action at this stage.
Okie dokie.
You can
Åvna.
cast a spell.
yeah, that's the thing. The only spell I got cast with the bonus action is healing. Was like healing word.
Oh, no.
Actually, never
Yeah.
mind. I've got spiritual weapon. Why am I using that? I will absolutely cast spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Okay. Put your spiritual weapon there. As in, just draw something on the map.
Yes,
That's your
I will. Yeah, I'll grab it. A circle. Boom. There it is. I will summon it next to this guy over here, and I will attack with it.
Yeah.
Because I can do that on the thing. Yes, sorry, I forgot spiritual weapon is a really good spell.
Is a really good spell.
Why did you say it like
Because that hits him and has no effect.
Yep.
that?
But it is a really good spell. Just not a good spell against these guys.
What is it? The spiritual weapon.
Fucking rude.
What type of
Spiritual
damage is
weapon does force damage.
Force damage, yeah.
I would've
And
thought
it seems that these creatures don't care about force damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Uh,
My go, did you say? I'm gonna hit this,
Yes, it's your.
this chap in front of me with a guiding bolt. Or
Alright,
attempt to hit him with a guiding
You
bolt.
will have disadvantage because he's right next to you. That hits him. Oh, 6 points of damage is not impressive. What's going on there?
2 + 1 + 2 + 1.
Why are
Oof,
you
that's
judging
rough.
us so hard? We're trying.
And then, what's the next thing you're doing?
Light beams on it, which will
Yep, cancel out.
cancel out.
So just regular. 18 is a miss. Bounces off his shield. He gets it up in time.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. Afanen.
I shoot the one next to Åvna.
All right. Sure. Shoot away. 24 hits. You do. So the arrow doesn't seem to be very effective.
But
But
what
effect are you doing?
She shot it in the butt, apparently.
the word I've not done shadow press yet, so let's do shadow.
Shadow press. That gives it disadvantage on its next action, doesn't it? Or its next thing,
Next
saving
D20.
throw or attack. Or skill check. Alright, yep, sure. It's sad. Sadness. But the arrow itself is not very effective.
That makes sense.
Alright, that's going to. Oh, were you doing steady aim, or was that just because you
Yeah.
were? Yeah, okay. Then it's Rukka's go.
All right. Let's hit it with the rapier.
Alright,
No, not with the rapier. With the spear.
alright. No.
All right. Let's hit it with the rapier. The flying sword. Yeah.
Flying sword hits.
Haha.
Cool.
Take that.
It's not super effective.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
These things seem to, not have fleshy bits to cut up. You're just beating armor.
Yeah.
All
Why
right,
did we
that
come
makes
here again, guys?
that makes it their go. They do nothing because
Salute.
they technically didn't do anything last turn. So that's it. It's Kridi's go.
Lovely.
I'm gonna do
And
this.
sorry, if you can't handle this little challenge, what do you think you're gonna do at the other one, eh?
You're making an assumption that the other one would be.
Is harder? Yes, I am, because that's what we were told.
You might be wrong. They're harder if you have to
okay.
go up against them individually.
Maybe it's only harder in our minds.
Yep, that's definitely it. I don't have much that is useful here because all my shit doesn't work on them. How badly injured are you, Rukka?
I'm only down 5 at the moment because I decided to lay little hands on myself.
Okay, cool. I still think that's fine. I'm just going to use my emboldening bond, or one of them, I guess. No, so not emboldening bond, the other one. Balm of Peace. Yeah, that one. I can read good. Cool. So I will move up to my speed, and I will go touch everybody. Essentially, I'll move here, then use it, then I can move up to my speed. So I'll go boom, boom across here, boom, and heal everybody for a certain amount of hit points, which I will figure out when I have it. It is 2d6 plus wisdom modifier.
Mhm.
Do I have that on my things? No, I don't think I do.
Remember that at the moment, Ben, your maximum hit points is 51.
Yep.
So you can get up to 10 points of healing out of this.
Oof, well, it's 11 HP for everybody.
Mhm.
Except me.
Thank you.
Oh, I just took 11.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wrong way.
And then I guess I will slowly start moving I guess that room seems to be really full of spiders, so I'll slowly start moving it up towards like 5, 10, 15. I can't see. Is that a space? Yep, cool.
Mhm.
And then I will essentially pop in here, and actually no, I'll just pop in here and
Okay.
stay there for now, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Åvna.
Alright, hang on a second. Alright, I guess. Stupid thing. I will. If I step back, I'm going to get attack opportunity. So I'm just going to take the disadvantage. Nothing there. Is anyone still there? I think I've just crashed.
Nice.
Well,
Oh, are you guys still there? Oh,
yeah,
big,
yeah. We're here.
big freaking delay.
19 misses by 1.
Lovely. Alright. I'll hit it with some light beams.
Light beams. That hits. 6 points of radiant damage. Nice. All right. Linking it up a little bit.
Yep, that'll be the end of my turn.
Afanen.
I'm gonna run in
Okay.
heroically.
Okay.
And use my axe.
All right. You can't use steady aim because you moved, but yep, you can come in and attack.
Yes.
Just a regular attack roll. 14 is a miss. Clangs off its shield.
Well, I can't do my ice then, so.
True.
Stop,
Rukka?
collaborate, and listen.
Hmm?
I said stop, collaborate, and listen.
Yeah.
Going to come around to here. Does that put both of them in a line for a column spell? Like
No,
30
columns
foot
go
line?
up.
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
Lines
30
go
foot
along.
line.
Yeah, absolutely. You can
Yeah.
make a line that goes through both of them.
Cool. I'm going to cast Agonaz's Scorcher.
Oh, nice. That's a great spell. Show spell description. Public. Alright. So save DC's 14. This guy down here who's sad is at a regular saving throw. Is it Dex? Yeah, Dex. Alright. Bottom guy fails. Top guy has advantage. It seems that these guys are, I don't know, they don't care about magic very much. He passes.
So he still takes half.
So what's the damage on this? What did you roll? 15. Ooh, okay. So the guy down the bottom takes 15. Oh wait, what type of damage is it?
Fire.
Fire. Oh, they're not immune to fire damage. Or resistant. He takes it.
Let's go. We're gonna make some produce flames.
I've been trying, but because he's up in my face. But now that you're there, I might just take a 5-foot step back.
I will protect you.
The other one takes half.
He is bloodied. But he no longer has the heart on him. He's gotten over his sadness.
I'll make him
flamed.
emo again.
And the guy at the top takes half. He's also bloodied. Oh my god, perfect bloody damage on both of them. That's hilarious. Good job. Good job, guys. You've really evened that out. Alright.
Like, good job, guys, but it was actually just all Rukka.
Oh no.
That was gold. Alright. That makes it their go.
I put about
You've still got a
30
bonus
odd
action.
damage on this other one.
Oh, you did the flying sword and
Yeah,
missed.
missed.
Cool. There go. This guy is going to attack Rukka. Longsword. 20
Yeah,
is
that
a hit. 8 points of slashing damage.
As you do.
Attacks him again. 17 is a miss. This person dislikes Åvna, so they're going to keep attacking Åvna. Longsword.
That's speciest.
17. What's your AC?
16. I'll take it.
8 points of slashing damage. And 8 points of slashing damage.
Wow.
Slash.
I should have. I didn't realise I had 2 attacks. Hang on, weren't you going to not attack this round since you attacked in this surprise
That was
round?
last round.
That was the last round.
Bitch.
They did their stunned round of not doing anything.
Yep.
Total bitch.
Kridi.
If I knew they had double attacks, I would have used a shield on the first attack, which meant both of them would have
Alrighty.
missed. Oh, well.
It's okay.
I'll
You
move
got a
this
shield for next turn.
I know. Shit
It's
happens.
20, move that up there. Okay, I think I'm going to I will come and try and help. Run over here and whack him with my staff.
Alright,
No, oh, yeah, right.
What?
that's good. Now you got flanking. You have advantage.
I still
You
don't
still
do fucking
miss.
shit.
Yeah.
I've been rolling absolute garbage tonight.
As you come in, you see that there's a snapping wolf head coming out of Rukka and distracting this horrific suit of
that's right.
armor and shadowy tail. Rukka counts as 2 people for flanking
Yeah, well,
When
I did nothing, so that's great.
when he's got his tracksuit on. All right. Well, that makes it.
Concentrating anything at the moment? Should I?
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'll just cast Shield of Faith on myself at this stage.
Alrighty.
This is pretty bad.
Shield of Faith. Sure. I think that means you lose spiritual weapon.
Spiritual Weapon isn't concentration because it's
Oh,
bullshit
it is?
like that.
Okay. Cool. That makes it Åvna's
yeah.
turn?
Right, I'm going to step back.
Mhm.
I guess it gets an attack opportunity.
Yeah, it does, and it will do it as well.
Actually, I'm leaving the torch behind.
That's going to hit you with an 18.
No, I'm going to use my shield this turn.
Nice. You have a shield in effect.
Right, let me just
Twang.
shield. Dum, dum, dum. Right, then I'm going to hit it with. How much damage can Afanen meet out? A lot?
A lot if they crit.
Just-
Yeah, and like
What about with a regular
my
attack?
arrow didn't like do anything, and my axe missed. So I haven't actually hit them with my axe. I don't know if it'll do anything.
Afanen can deal a lot of damage.
Right,
It is possible.
I'm just going to put a level 2 guiding bolt on it.
Okay.
Or miss.
A 19 just misses.
What a waste. Alright, then I'm going to hit it with some disco light.
Mhm.
That's also a miss. Terrible time.
It is.
The end.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Afanen.
end.
It's steady aim time, bitches.
21 is a hit.
Okay, what do you guys think? Is ice gonna do anything to them?
Alright,
Probably.
fire does. Who knows?
I can only do ice, or I can try and push them, but I feel like they're gonna have a good strength save,
You can
or I
ice.
can
Just
make them
try the ice and see what
disadvantage.
happens. You may as well try.
Ice.
Alright. D6. The ice seems effective.
Let's go.
And also, if you want to do more damage, okay, you do have favored enemy, so you can choose this to be a favored enemy, at which stage you do an extra d4 damage to him for a minute. So like all attacks will do an additional d4 damage to him. You can use
That's
that
true.
ability up to your
Let's-
proficiency bonus per day. So,
Let's do it.
alright, d4 damage. He's your favored enemy now. I'll put a mark on him to show that you have favored him. Alright, an extra 4 damage. It doesn't seem to be super effective because it's weapon damage, but still counts. Still more damage. And you can also spend a soul token to make spirits go attack this guy. Afanen can do a lot of damage if they use Afanen has like a weird number of abilities that sort of have to be used. But you can make spirits attack this guy if you want to use whales from
Whales
Grave.
from the grave. Is that? I thought it had to be closer.
Isn't it 30 feet? How far is it?
Whales
Am I crazy? I thought it was
from the
reasonable.
grave. Oh yeah, you can see within 30 feet.
So you can whales that guy if you want.
I just honestly thought he was a lot further away than 30 feet.
Yeah.
But he's not. Yes, that's
Okay.
good.
D6.
Mhm.
Alright. Blink. That makes it Rukka's go.
Rukka is BRB spear
Oh.
sword attack.
Okay. Sphere sword attack. Oh, well that's good because he has flanking at the moment. So, but I don't have that macro. I'm just gonna roll a d20 since I know what his bonuses are. That'll do. Roll. Roll. Ooh, he crits with the sword. All right, so 2d8 plus 5 is 7 halved. Okay. That was the saddest crit of all time. Still a crit. Alright, and then he uses his spear. Oh, roll. 19 hits. D8. Alright. Done. Good. That makes it their go. Oh, staggering automaton. It's going to attack Rukka. For obvious reasons. 20 is a hit, 13 is a miss. Rukka takes 8 points of damage. Puts him down to 36. Alright. And this one over here is going to attack Afanen.
That's fair.
Longsword, 8 misses, and a 10 misses. Afanen, getting back into those shadows again.
Float
Untouchable.
like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
A swarm of
Pretty.
bees.
Okay, let's whack this guy again, and maybe not fuck up
Okay.
horribly.
You have advantage.
Hey, got there.
Question. Does Shillelagh make your weapon do force damage? Or is it just bludgeoning? I'm hoping it says that it does bludgeoning damage, but I think Shillelagh says I do.
No, it just makes your weapon magical and turns it into a D8.
Perfect.
It does
Alright,
not say
that's
it uses
fine.
force damage, it still does bludgeoning.
Great. Bludgeoning is, fine. It's not super
Yeah.
effective,
But
but
it's
it
better
is
than nothing.
effective.
Yeah.
All right. It's like dented and battered. It's got rips and gashes in it. It's
Cool.
not looking good.
And then I will move my thing. I'll just kind of hover it here, just in
Okay.
case in case it's needed.
Oh, right. I see. You were just moving the sword. Right.
Yeah, I just want to double check the vision there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fine. I wanted to go to that wall.
Åvna.
Right, I'm going to produce flame on it.
Mhm.
Nope.
No.
Discard it.
Ooh. Definitely not.
That's the end of my turn.
Afanen.
Yeah. Steady
Axe
aim.
as a question. Yeah. Ooh,
Oh.
no. 13 doesn't hit.
Good.
Batters it aside with the shield. Rukka, you're back.
I am.
No. Oh, you are. Good.
Yes.
It's your go. This guy looks severely battered.
Oh, and Kridi deserted me.
No, Kridi's still
What
with
do you
you.
mean?
Okay, I can't see Kridi. Kridi invisible?
No, Kridi is.
Oh, there.
Did you not see me?
What's
Okay,
probably happened is
that was weird.
what's probably happened is when you moved before, his screen hasn't caught up. It
Yeah.
just didn't refresh when you moved back.
So advantage, yeah?
You are flanking this guy. Flanking him hard. Oh, but I guess not hard enough. You critted him last turn. That's also... But, oh, you have advantage on that.
I do. But I also have
Oh.
inspiration. What's my inspiration? A D6?
Yeah, D6. No.
Or is
Yes,
it a
D6.
D8?
A D1 plus
No,
19.
we'll go D6, it's fine. That's a hit. Just. It's exactly a hit. Damage.
What I needed. Damage
Roll
was
big.
7 for that roll.
Roll big.
It was 7 for that roll. It already
Oh,
rolled.
the damage is there. Okay, right. Dang. 7.
Did you include my +3 fire damage in the crit from last turn?
I did. Are you not include? Oh, yeah. That was. It
No,
was the sword that did the thingy, not the
Yep.
spear. All right. So.
And no, I'm not because I hadn't. Because it changes, so I.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That he's destroyed. Ah. He falls into pieces on the floor. That's going to make it the last one's turn. He is going to attack Afanen. Longsword. Oh,
Oh no.
Afanen gets critted once. Take 16 points of slashing damage. As he draws his sword all the way up your body. Obviously reduce it by 3 for your bees. Des bees. That's going to make it Kridi's go.
Alrighty, let's come down here and give it a whack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's oh, you don't get a crit because you're not flanking.
No.
Regular hit. 9 points of damage.
No, flanking with the torch.
Yeah.
But
That
would I need to move like down here to be flanking?
No, it's 3 people.
Oh, it's 3, right? Yeah, makes sense.
That's why Rukka counts as 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, okay, got
What about all my bees?
I'm
it.
sorry. The bees are not the Firefox, not snappy enough, okay?
Look, I'm happy
They're
to
more like a
just hit him.
defensive screen.
Bees aren't people.
The bees are defensive, the wolf is aggressive.
Typical Rukka.
And Arthur is offensive.
And yeah, Arthur's doing his own thing. He's, yeah.
Arthur's playing the saxophone in the background.
Probably.
Bloody hell.
He's probably eating it as well.
He's like, oh, look at all the blood. Oh.
Arthur's actually chaotic evil.
It's Åvna's go.
Alright. Let's produce flame into this thing again.
Okay.
Or attempt to. Nope. Let's disco
Nope.
inferno at it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that hits. 6 points of damage. Nice.
Cool, that'll be the end of my turn.
Afanen.
Did he aim?
Alright.
God damn it.
Rukka.
I'm coming.
Remember, you've got the plus 10% 10-foot speed, so you're pretty fast.
Let's flank, boys.
Second.
Yep.
Yes, upward roll. Oh,
That still misses. Alright.
Spear. Sword.
the sword.
Rectangle. Of doom.
The sword hits, but could you do better?
No.
Alright. 6. Oh, that actually destroys it.
Let's go.
Just. It falls into chunks on the ground. And you pant. But you can see there's a bunch of chests around here. Look at your treasures. Anyway, it's past 12 o'clock and I know Grail is suffering
I am really
for our
tired.
benefit. So
I think it's a good spot to end it, though.
this is a good spot to call this.
We didn't die, and we have choices.
That's right. You can start opening chests and find out if they're trapped. Very
Yep.
exciting.
Hooray.
And find out if the one that Rukka is currently standing on is actually a mimic.
I hope
Find
not.
out
I think
next
they're,
week.
I think they're challenge rating 10. That might be too much for you guys.
It's not a very good mimic.
Look, it would be.
Baby
It probably would have.
mimic.
It probably would have gone better if I didn't waste just half my turns doing absolutely nothing, because none of my attacks did any damage to them.
Yep.
Alright, that was a lot of fun. Thank you very much. I'm glad I managed to get back into it.
Yes, I'm glad you're back.
But yes,
Hopefully, you can keep it up.
I need to go and hit the sack though.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Alright.
It was good. I will catch you
GG.
all later.
Yes.
Cheers.
Well,
See ya.
see you guys later.
See you, Grail.